Last we left off, the party had solved a puzzling encounter and gained secretive access into a lower chamber beneath the Hall of Antiquity in the capital of Karden. Down below the earth, you stepped within the lavishly decorated lair of the Infinite Alliance. And as the Immortal Man and Isaac Everhart came to greet you, you learned this space was dubbed the Nexus. Isaac provided you with a tour of the Nexus's various facilities, a dining area, medical bay, workshop, sleeping quarters, and a training pit. At this point, Isaac paused and decided a last test was in order. He needed to see you in action to see how well you fared hitting above your weight class. With that, he ordered you all into the pit and engaged you in combat. With the flair of a seasoned duelist and with a few magical tricks up his sleeve, you all took your shots, trying to set him back and keep yourselves from falling. It was a quick sparring match, and each of you shone enough to impress him before he sheathed his blade, nodded in approval, and you were led into the heart of the Nexus. In the middle of the lair sits a dome of metal, and within, the true heart of the Alliance's inner workings. As Ludomir came to explain, in this room, the Alliance operates a divining network. This network encompasses Vigil, with 24 points in the realm of enhanced crystalline divining rods that have been expertly crafted to tap into the flow of potential that surrounds this world. Through these divining rods, they are capable of snaring premonitions of impending catastrophe and negative spikes in the fate and destiny of people across Vigil. Once a rod catches one of these, it translates it back here and is recorded in the receiving rods set within a scaled topographical map of Vigil. This led to your quest. 2 of these rods in the world have gone offline. Ludomir has one replacement here and has commissioned the creation of a second to replace the rods in the defunct sites in the world. You've been tasked with collecting this new rod from its creator, a crystal dragon named Clandestrix, whose lair resides in the underworld. From there, you will travel to the 2 sites. First at the peak of the Silver Highlands, and the second behind a waterfall in the geothermal springs of an iron home village called Brunder Kiln. You set about questioning and planning the many elements that you will go into the next month or so of adventure, and the risks you face along the way. With an additional day to purchase preparations and final elements, you were led to a hidden entry into the underworld and descended into darkness, into the world below. Now, before we continue, I'd ask each of you to mute and remove your headphones as I share a private note with the audience. I'll signal you all when to come back. Okay, so just you and me. In this leg of our adventure, I'm going to have some of the players secretly rolling wisdom saving throws, each long rest as their overwhelming fear of the dark and their claustrophobic weight of being miles below ground with no light or stars to draw them deeper into paranoia and fear. If they fail in secret, they are stricken by fear of this realm, and on a success, they overcome that fear until they rest again, and the subconscious mind begins to work anew. So keep an eye on them for me. Come on back.
I hope you know when I edit that I will not listen to what you said. I will, as soon as you start talking, I will cut until you get the thumbs up.
You'll know what it's about by the time you come to edit.
Oh, okay. That's the audience. If you don't hear any fun music or sound effects, it's because Scott didn't listen.
No, this will be you're still 6 episodes back of this, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
We're
You'll
recording
know
this in 2019. It's December 2019, so we can't wait to see what happens next in 2020.
As you all return, the descent from Karden into the world below is long, slow, angled descent without any perceptible curve or variation. Every so often, there's a sudden drop straight down 5 or 10 feet before the tunnel continues deeper at this same sloped descent. For 3 hours, at the slightly slowed pace of unsure footing, you walk. Nearing the end of the 3rd hour, ahead, you see the mouth of the cave of this tunnel you've been traveling through begin to open, not through stark illumination, but it is slightly brighter than the tunnel that you've been within, and you begin to hear water. What do you do?
How dark is it right now? Like, are the bunnies struggling?
Oh, it is pitch black unless you provide some form of light. Ray, it easily provides like a small amount of light. You can activate Ray to provide more, but just in her natural state, she provides a little bit of light. In this case, it becomes like a pretty big light, even at her like lowest level, without fully covering her, because otherwise it is pitch black.
Kev, you have dark vision, right? I do too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Half elf.
I was gonna say, half elf. I don't remember that.
You had dark vision as Val.
I guess I did. That was special.
Okay. I mean, like, if you really need some, if we're not afraid, I can cast light on something. I just didn't let me told it was kind of a bad idea.
I'm kind of worried if there's water. I don't want to fall into water and then be swept away into like a cave.
Okay. Let's try this then. I'm gonna I'll cast light on my my little symbol of Koros, because that's usually what you cast light on. Can I like put a piece of fabric over it or something to like try to mute it a little bit?
Your scarf?
Not that scarf. Another piece of material. I have so many layers. I'm sure I have something that I can. Yeah.
Very easily, in the same way that you would, kind of shield a lantern, but it still provides some light. You can provide a muted light that, instead of being, I don't know what light actually gives you, but you can make it 5-10 feet of dim light instead of bright light to kind of try and mute as much as you can. What I will say is, here in this tunnel, there's been absolutely nothing but this tunnel. It's like from descent into the mausoleum down this tunnel, it's been like a sheer, just straight descent, no curve, no nothing. So you're not concerned in the tunnel, but it's on the exit, obviously, into the greater underworld that will be a potential issue. Covering it up will at least aid as best you can. Are there any other preparations before you exit the mouth of this cave?
Trying to see if there's anything I should do as a ritual.
Is it like exit the mouth of the cave into even more deeper darkness, or like exit out of the cave now?
It would be out of this tunnel into something else. You don't know, but it is slightly lighter than the cave has been.
Okay.
Enough to provide variation to your sight. Even to the two of you who don't have dark vision, it is now a pinpoint at the end of a tunnel. You can see shift of a variation of something.
I think Augie is realizing during these 3 hours, as he's started to lose his vision even more and more just with the darkness, I think he's recognizing how much he hates this, to be underground and it be dark. And I think he never really considered that. He's never done this before. And he didn't really have a problem when it was night skies and he and Enid were running through the forest. But that's just what's going through his mind, is he's feeling very anxious and would kind of like to keep this moving. I think he would be pressed pretty close to Enid, but also maybe within a paw's reach of the pants of Andy.
Actually, two things. One, there's a Warren, your last name's Warren joke in there somewhere. How tall is this tunnel and how narrow is it?
It's wide enough that you could be double
Okay.
stand side by side. It's not so tight. Go ahead and make a investigation or perception check. Your choice. This encompasses.
It'd be an investigation. I think my investigation's better, but let me just double check quickly.
But yeah, it's like, almost like, I don't want to say 10 by 10 on a grid, but realistically, it's probably 6 or 7 feet side to side and tall enough that you can stand at full height, and wide enough that you could walk two abreast, but it's not comfortable to do so.
I just wasted a really good roll on that.
Great.
22.
With the 22, over the course of this path, the dimensions of the tunnel and how straight the tunnel has been is weirdly accurate. It as much as you can see, it's not like it's clearly it's not a straight shot. There are obviously some elements of elevation. It is oddly accurate to height and width the whole way through, and pretty much a straight shot with the exception of a couple of drops. But you also notice is, over a period of time, every now and again, some significant wearing and grooves of what look like two wagon or tire tracks of things that would have been wheeled up or down. over time. So clearly something and someone has passed through here at some point.
Did I make it up? Was this a contraband tunnel? Were we told something like that?
It was discovered by Infinite Alliance, one of the Infinite Alliance, as part of a narcotics ring, like a distributor. Like this was a source of bringing drugs up from
Maybe something in
the underworld into the city.
Okay.
If there's no other continued preparations, you are now closing on this kind of mouth or end of this tunnel. And the lapping of waves on rock does begin to amplify, especially given the echo within this tunnel you're in, of some seemingly large body of water. Doesn't seem like a small amount. With the last few steps, you finally reach the end and come out upon a slab of natural black rock in a bit of a heaping mound, like the culmination of a landslide. And from atop it, down another 30 or so feet to your left, out of this tunnel, stretches a massive lake, and really as wide as an ocean. Glistening black in this monstrous cavern, looking up hundreds of feet high with pillars of rock that stretch impossibly from ceiling to floor and some further if they descend into this black sea itself. You stand at the base of one of these massive pillars from which you've been descending in this oppressive darkness. You do not see quite as far as you would like, and some of you even less. There is faint light throughout the expanse of this monstrous cavern that doesn't seem to have end. A new world below. These small points of effervescent light, blues and greens and purples, all faint illumination, not enough to give any kind of detail. You imagine even the light that you now have is going to act it's going to act less like a beacon, but still any kind of movement with light is going to be obvious.
Does the other light have like a bioluminescent vibe? Or
Definitely. Yep.
Okay, cool. As we reached
Good.
Can I say one thing? As we reach the edge of this tunnel, can I try with primal savagery to my basically like paw moves to like sharp, almost like a claw, and actually does acidic damage, but I think we flavored it to be like just solary. Could I just try and mark like an X on the wall of like, this is the tunnel we came in?
Sure. Yeah. The rock you find on the interior is kind of softer, whereas the exterior has this almost onyx-like gem quality. But within the tunnel itself, you find it is softer. It is easier to cut away. And then with the magically enhanced claws, you do indeed mark a line, mark an X. Just to reiterate things your characters would know, your current path that you're looking to do is to head west as you can maintain, to the city of Katnakur, 6 or 7 days west of this point. From there, you want to turn north, and roughly 4 days north of that city is Clandestrix's lair, with which you should recognize a drastic shift in the climate of the space, in which will give you your kind of knowledge that you've arrived. But for now, your goal is west.
Could I start bringing out some of the rope in my pack to try and get down safely this like 30-foot drop?
It's not so much a drop. You could just climb down, but
Just
you can do it
okay.
even safer. But you could just climb. Imagine just like a mound of rocks, like a very much
Like
Peggy's Cove, like pile of rocks, like just massive old rocks that you can just kind of climb and hop down.
Shouts to our Canadian listeners who got that reference.
That's right. Yeah, it's not so precarious. I said rocks. I just kind of get the imagery, but less of like the actual risk.
Okay, maybe we should go down, but real careful, real slow.
Do we have any decoys that we can throw down?
Why are you looking at me when you said that?
Like a rock? Those are rocks?
we could throw some rocks down there. Throw a torch.
We have Toot Sweet.
I was just gonna say, if you want, you can always send Toot Sweet.
That is a brilliant idea. I think it will work.
All right, let me just do my magic. Toot Sweet.
Toot Sweet magically appears. And you throw him? Is that the decision here?
No, I go like, go, and then he is on my hand, and he just kind of belly flops down. He flies. He can float. Like, he can float. He won't, like, plummet. Unless he does.
A little of both.
It's
funnier if it's a belly flop.
He does plummet, but his at the last second splays out and does land. What is the intent here? Are you trying to, like, splash him into the water to just see what reaction there is? Or are you just trying to get him to scope the lay of the land? What are you trying to do here?
I guess get scope of the lay of the land and everything like that, yeah.
Sure.
If we were really worried too, we could cast light on him. If we were worried there was like, Kev, if your initial thought was like try and scope if there's a predator, we could cast light on him and just let him go.
But also I feel like most things are probably under here since it's so dark. They're going to work more on movement and things like that, right?
Or
I also have, if we are worried, I have detect magic now as well.
I love this. What other spells do you have? Can you tell us, or do you want to save them?
Yeah, sure. No, I did. What do I have? I just added detect magic, snare, and speak with animals.
Mm. I have for today, like I do have, what's it called? Pass Without a Trace. It lasts an hour. So we, whenever we want to do it, I don't have a lot of seconds, just 2. But if we feel like we need to be sneaky, I almost feel like maybe we should save that until we sense movement or like a predator.
Mm-hmm.
But we could just try Toot Sweet for now and see if that provokes anything.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sure. Toot Sweet floats down and splashes at the edge of this lapping water on the coast here of this underworld Black Sea. Go ahead and does Toot Sweet have dark vision?
Oh, good question. Would that be under? What would that be under? Like
it should be in the extras in his character sheet. It should be under like senses.
That's so funny. Al, while you look, I saw a picture of a flying squirrel yesterday.
Oh, did you?
60 feet of dark vision.
They are cute.
60 feet and yeah.
So he does have dark vision, so go ahead and make a perception check for Toot Sweet. So if he doesn't have perception skill, it's just D20 plus his wisdom modifier.
Okay.
Come on, Toots. I do picture him very googly-eyed in my mind.
19.
19.
Toot Sweet. Good
Really
job.
good.
He skitters around on the coast. You hear you lose kind of sight of him unless you do cast light on him, as he just kind of skitters up and around the coast as you could begin climbing down. Kind of runs up and down the coast. The water kind of laps up without going into the water. Doesn't seem to be any sign of anything immediately here. He seems confident. Maybe squeaks back a cheery little sound.
So far, so good.
Scott, insert cheery squirrel sound here.
Everyone take 5 seconds to do your best squirrel impression. That'll become what he sounds like for the rest of the
squirrel say? What does the squirrel say? No.
That's pretty good.
Don't they kind of weirdly like screech?
They're just like, it sounds like they're yelling at each other all the time.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So actually, my parents' neighbors had this like speaker that was emitting a distressed squirrel sound every 5 minutes.
What?
What?
For
In the
what
summer,
effect?
like it would have been fine if we didn't have like the doors open or anything like that. Like it became so annoying.
To like try to scare other squirrels away?
Yes, because they're a menace. They're so annoying.
Oh yeah, they're awful. They always try to make a nest
like-
in our back deck every single year, and every single year they realize that's a terrible idea.
But if you're a squirrel watching this right now, we appreciate you and like and
We
subscribe.
love you.
Yeah.
I don't.
Please don't terrorize our homes.
With a two sweets reassurance, I think I would be itching to keep moving, looking back at the inky black behind me. So I think I would, okay, maybe we should just start going down and see what it's like. And I'll start making my way down.
You guys easily are all able to make your way down to the coastline here and begin where you look down. You stand at the base of this monstrous pillar, as I kind of said already, looking at the world high above. The massive cavern around stretches hundreds of miles and more columns all around. But what you can kind of see is a series of islands and land bridges that connect them as you look west across what otherwise is a massive glistening sea. Like almost like it's weird sometimes where it looks like a glass or onyx on the water, and then also on the pillars and the walls of the cavern, that it kind of gives this weird moment of like, oh, it's just solid ground, and then you'd see a ripple and realize, nope, that is this lake or sea below.
Yeah, no,
Kyle,
no
do
wind
these
down here.
pillars look man-made, or are they like stalagmites, stalactites that have formed?
More like natural erosion over time, and like there's not uniformity
Yeah,
in
Not like a
the
Roman style pillar.
not a column necessarily, but just like that there are these very, like, some are massive, like thin, minimal, like mountainous. Some are spindly and long and seem to almost come to tapered points in the middle where it could break at any second. Like
Jeez,
it is odd.
crazy.
As you begin to make your travel, I come to the first question of our new kind of travel for this underworld section, and how travel down here is going to work. At the top of each of your traveling days, once you've finished a long rest, you've set off from your camp or whatever morning you begin, I need you all to determine the travel pace for the day, whether it's slow, normal, or fast. I'll get into the particulars in a second, but the pace that you choose will encompass your full day's ultimate, like, distance you travel and a couple of other things here. That doesn't mean that you can't go into, if you choose to fast, you can't use stealth when you elect to, but it means that you won't be able to use stealth consistently. You're not traveling stealthily. So if you run into an encounter, it will be happening. You won't be able to like stealth before it starts. That's the opposite of this. But the pace that you determine at the beginning of your day determines how many skill checks you get to make on my encounter table, as well as impacting your overall travel time. Each day is going to consist of 3 skill checks. For the most part, survival, perception, and investigation, though every now and again I'm going to throw a curveball. Each of these will correspond to combat, social, or environmental encounters that will be experienced throughout the day. These could be positive, they could be negative. On success, you get a better potential of them. And the DC is set individually based on whatever encounter and challenge makes sense for the moment. So, traveling slowly, your travel pace is half as much as a normal 8-hour adventuring day. So you travel half as far. However, you can consistently use stealth as a group stealth check to circumnavigate your danger. You will get to roll once on the... you'll get to roll for each check, once for each check on the encounter table. So of the 3, you can roll for all 3, potentially getting the best results on all 3, but you travel half as far. For normal pace, you travel at what is expected of a normal 8-hour adventuring day, and you get to roll twice on the encounter table, meaning that you automatically fail the third that you don't choose. And fast pace covers a day and a half of total distance traveled, so an extra half day made up. However, you cannot use stealth, and your passive perceptions are not applied here. And you get to roll 1 of the 3 encounter table checks, and you automatically fail the other 2. So you cover a good amount of distance, but at higher risk. Slow, you cover the least amount of distance, but with the most safety. And normal is right down the middle.
My gut for the very first day would be we're all really scared to be here. So my initial thought was the first day to get our bearings would be to go slow, but I want to see what everyone else is as well.
My initial thought was, but I wanted to open this up to discussion. 4 days normal, 2 days slow, but I guess that would turn into 4 days slow. My thought process was if we go normal then when we get closer to Katnikor, did I say that right, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
When we were told this is kind of a spooky city with some people that might be ne'er-do-wells, ne'er-do-wells, good party name, think about it. We could go slower to try and avoid them.
What do you guys think?
Day slow is just real slow.
So I was saying literally only the first day to get our bearings of what the fuck is going on here and then potentially move forward from there. But I'm curious what Ellie and Kev, what you guys think too.
What did Crane do?
That's a real question.
WWDC.
Bless.
WWDCD. Bless you, the Crane.
I'm not adverse to going the fastest.
Of course.
Of course you fucking are.
Because we may
Honda
lose
list.
the stealth, but it just means we gotta be ready to fight.
Under the blues, just slipping
think-
in.
It's just shades of blue.
Shades of blue.
I
I'll
think it's
take
safe
your
to
fan
say
pick.
that you two have held your ground well in combat.
You're saying that now?
I'm saying that
But
I
you-
had my doubts, but I believe that when push comes to shove, you can throw the hook that we need.
Oh, thank you. We try our best. What voice is that?
It was like
We need a supercut of just all of us butchering our voices. There's the TikTok. Everyone just failing hard.
It'll be 4 hours of me. That's so literally 2 days ago, you were like, "You're shit. You'll never kill anyone." So this whiplash is wild.
You're warming up to us, aren't you? You are. Admit it. You're warming up to us. You're starting to like us a bit because we love you. You're so cool. You're warming up to us.
You don't need to. You're laying it on a bit thick, but thank you. I appreciate the grit and the rawness that you show.
All right, so we have one vote. Just go real fast and fight anything that we run into.
One vote slow. One vote.
One vote slow at the beginning, and then maybe we'll see where we are. Enid, what do you think?
Medi.
Honestly, I kind of like the way DeCrane is going. I like the idea of us just getting out of there. Let's just get, because honestly, seriously though, if we run into stuff, we can just fight it. I don't think we'll be able to fight. I don't think we'll run into anything really, especially if Toot Sweet hasn't picked anything up. That being said, we'll be ready if that's the case. But yeah, no, let's just go.
We could do 1 day fast. See how that goes. Try and make up time to begin. 1 day of fast. A terrible encounter where one of us dies. Revivify. We're good to go. I don't have Revivify, by the way. So
40 diamonds.
That. Okay, great. Cool.
Yeah, your healing potential is significantly lower than last campaign.
Yeah.
Hey, at one point we were playing this campaign, we had a paladin and a cleric, and we have since ditched that.
Yeah, we did.
It wouldn't help here, but
So we have 2 fast, 1 slow, 1 normal.
I guess we'll go fast the first day.
We should go fast for the first day.
We could do 50-50, yeah.
Let's just do the first day for now. And
First
we'll
day
see how it
fast.
goes.
We can make up a day and a half. Fun.
fast it is.
Kyle's glad I stacked the hard stuff right off the top.
All right, so
This fits. I feel I can't even remember my name today. I feel like Augie would want to move this quick. I'm kind of feeling jittery. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, a little bit of a little bit of fear playing into all of your minds of like already not liking this, wanting to move as quickly as possible. You all begin to kind of fall into line. Decrean's confidence certainly coming through here, and we move. So, foregoing stealth and your passive perceptions, you do begin to move rather quickly, as quickly as you can in this kind of foreign terrain. You will cover a day and a half. 1 day, 1.5 days, which will put you obviously closer to that 6 days and maybe less travel to Katnikur. However, as you set off, there are 3 skill checks and encounter elements to the day. You can choose now one to roll for. Would you like to roll for? And I will also say only one player is rolling for these, not collectively. It's not a group check. So it's a single roll by a single player. Perception, investigation, or survival. Reminder, you will take the negative or the auto fail on the other 2.
Oh, true. Okay, that's good to.
So many warning things. So we like automatically fail 2 checks. So like,
which ones do you fail?
Yeah,
you're choosing which to fail, and I'll say like some of them, failure just means you don't get to see a thing, you don't get to find a thing, you don't get to, you miss loot, you miss cool components to find, you miss a secret special path that leads you on a shortcut, or
you walk straight into it.
Walk straight into the lair of a sleeping dragon or cooked alive. Many different options here. Encounters may not mean you instantly are ganked by a thing, but you don't get to then kind of prepare as you see a creature. The creature sees you and you see it at the same time, and we just roll into initiative, no surprise on either side. But you don't have a choice before it begins to engage you. So it's not like it's all bad, but still. There's too much variation to really break it down. So investigation, perception, or survival.
And just so all cards are on the table, let's see who's best at certain skills. Perception's 6 for me. Survival's 6 for me. Investigation's 0 for me. I feel like not a lot of us are good at investigation. Is that true?
I'll say right now, I don't have a 6 in anything.
Okay, great. 6 for Andy in investigation?
No, I have 3 in investigation because it's intelligence based. But the other 2 I don't have high scores in. I have medium scores in. Not as good as yours.
Nettie, what do you got?
I've got investigation is 2.
Okay.
The only one I have that's 6 is perception.
Okay.
And who is the best survival? My first initial thought is let's get our bearings, so we'd want to try for survival first. But
I have 4.
I have 6.
5.
Okay.
Okay, so if Kev has 5, I say Kev does it. He was so gung-ho about going fast. I really want my death on his hands, his roll.
Did you just say you had 6 though?
Yeah, there's just 1.
Oh.
This was...
All right.
Kevin, the notoriously excellent roller.
Wait, before you roll. Sorry,
I just want to go through a clarification before the roll happens, because that'll lock it in. You're electing to roll survival. Yes?
Which means we would bail on... I just wanted to clarify.
You're auto-failing.
Auto-fail perception and auto-fail investigation.
I think that's a wise logic choice, Leah, to say at least to get us started in the right direction instead of going a day and a half in the wrong direction. So I think it's smart to do that.
Okay.
We could fail all 3 still. Let's
do it. It can still fail.
Let's fail all 3. Let's go.
Survival then. Okay, interesting. Okay. Decrane, get us started with a roll for survival.
Show me that 1, baby. Show me that
5.
1.
Ooh. 17.
Great, pal. Plus 5?
With a 22, the survival is certainly a success. and you begin off on your day with, there's no need in this, certainly not in this leg, to be walking single file or anything like that. You do, as you climb down from this kind of shamble of rock and down onto this kind of coast, it does kind of open up. There's no immediate kind of cliffs or mountains. It's just kind of broken shale onyx style rock. Every now and again there's a natural mound that rises from the island that you happen to be on. Not a ton of plant, and certainly no animal life that you can all see. And unfortunately, with the lack of passive perceptions, your focus is purely on just moving forward, quicken pace, behind the speed of Decrane. For the first 3 hours of this day's travel, you've already traveled actually 3 hours on the day overall as you had to descend here. So for the next 3 hours, you continue across islands and finding land bridges to reach to the next, but always with Decrane, and actually just collectively, but Decrane is the one who made the roll. You all are maintaining with confidence a westerly direction. You've maintained that cardinal kind of compass rose in your mind's eye, but you do, over the next couple of hours, begin to feel that that odd sense of loss. There's no stars, there's no sun, and yet you know it's not nighttime yet. It's just an odd sensation that it feels different than being in a cave or in a tunnel, because there's no end in sight. And you know, even the end in sight you know to be is days and days and days away. But nonetheless, you continue making your way along the coast of these various islands, climbing up rock shelves over these land bridges, continuing west. Every now and again, the water within the sea around you ripples and shifts, but you never see anything on the surface. But every now and again, it does kind of catch the corner of your eye, shift your stomach, drop your stomach, thinking something could rise from the deep, and your mind plagues you with what creatures could live in the black sea beneath the world below. But nonetheless, you continue. Still, no signs of creatures, barely any kind of plant life, until eventually you come to you're coming to another base of one of these massive kind of pillars. It's kind of tiered up, and you do see it begins to kind of rise up a little ways and connects to a secondary pillar, almost like creating like an arch between two of these pillars, like a massive arch in the same direction. And there's a point where you're kind of considering climbing up this way, but it's still a ways ahead of you all. Keeping voices low as you can, I assume you're keeping your light but covered as best you can. So again, kind of keeping that covered gives you dim light for 5-10 feet around you all. It's enough so that the Herringons aren't just tripping over their feet and rock. At least though, for the two of you who have dark vision, it gives you that more confidence of like actually utilizing your dark vision, and otherwise just pervasive darkness. The blinking of like the lights around this kind of bioluminescence isn't illuminating your path before you. However, at this rise, you do see a couple of plants that begin to kind of grow up and around these kind of there's a large kind of flowering plant, and there's a couple of smaller they look kind of mushroomy, but like almost like tulips that like kind of rise up and open with little caps and little things that spray out a little like kind of green and blues. But there is you can go around the pillar, but electing kind of to begin kind of climbing up, at least to get some aerial perspective, and maybe climb up to this arch connection, continuing in this direction. You have to kind of take a curve around an edge of this pillar, and it kind of funnels you around where this a little inlet, a little bay, a little stream of the Black Sea kind of creeps in close, and you come kind of one of the closest points of getting close to the edge of the water as you've taken in this couple of hours of travel. At this point, I'd like everyone to roll a d20.
Oh boy. Okay, 15
14.
for Augie.
15, 14.
12 for Enid.
Okay, Enid and DeCrane. I'd like both of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Come on. 6.
Oh, your dex save has got to be okay. You got to be. Oh no, you're not proficient in it. You're a fighter.
My dex is +3.
No, strength and con. So, the four of you are making your way around this kind of shallow coast between the rising rock face of this pillar and this kind of small inlet of the Black Sea into this area. And Enid and DeCrane, you guys happen to just be kind of out on point with Andy and Augustus, just trailing just 5-10 feet behind. You're all just kind of looking and trying to figure your way out, not keeping too far away from one another. These two just happen to be out front, which thematically fits very well with what the plan was. So nice that worked out, that the lowest d20s were you two. However, with the speed at which you're traveling, none of you happen to notice the net that has been carefully camouflaged within the rock face of this coast. And in surprise, you watch as two creatures reach up from the water and begin to rip and pull two cables that snare the net. Enid, you are quick enough and lithe enough to spin and dodge outside of the net, and you land where it was. But DeCrane, you are tangled, trapped, and being hauled within the net as they pull you into the Black Sea. You are currently restrained and being hauled into the darkness of the sea by these two aquatic creatures who I will describe as we roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
As we roll initiative, they also get a surprise round on you because you were just not. This was an ambush. This was not one you wanted to fail.
I just rolled a nat 1 too.
And we decided to electively fail it. I also rolled bad.
And DeCrane can't breathe underwater too. He's just a normal human.
He's just
guy.
a normal man.
I can breathe.
We don't know that.
Look at this.
That looks great.
Right, you don't know that.
Why did he have this?
This is why Kyle went to
that
the
looks
pet
so
store.
As initiative kicks off, and as these creatures get a surprise round on you, these creatures are teal and orange scaled with elements of coral and kind of plant life and things growing from within their skin. They have gills and fins, but not just like tritons. You can see poisonous quills, fangs, splayed long tentacles rise from one's arm as a full tentacle that wraps around this onyx-tipped spear. As the other arm is hauling in the rope of the net, these two creatures pulling in the net. They spend their surprise action pulling DeCrane and this net forward into the water.
DeCrane! You idiot!
He drops into the water there and is submerged 5 feet down. That is their surprise action as...
Oh no. Giant crab.
You see a giant crab clamber up over this edge, and this giant crab is giant. It is 10 feet in width in its body. Its eyes are as tall as the herringons. Its claws could each grab hold of DeCrane or Andy comfortably and easily crush one of the bunny folk as it clambers up with this kind of bright orange coloration. And on the other side, you watch leaping out of the water and landing with a heavy and begin sprinting towards Enid, this green-skinned, shark-headed creature, just open jaws, kind of flabby skin covered in coral and elements of the sea as this massive shark's head dips low and rushes towards, seeking to attack. The crab is going to use its claw against Andy.
Question, DM. I, out of habit, check off a first level spell at the beginning of every day because I just assume I cast Mage Armor. Yeah, are you okay with the fact that I do that? Okay. It was already checked off.
No, you're in an utterly alien world. There'd be absolutely no reason for you not to have cast that.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't even say it anymore. That's all.
I think you said at the end of yesterday, or at the end of the last game. But regardless, basically, if you're not being surprised in the beginning of the day, I'm gonna assume you have it up.
I basically only don't cast it if I'm like in when we were in the big city.
Exactly.
I don't want anyone to see that. Just chill.
Not a very good roll, though. It is only a 5 to hit. It's an awful roll. So, although the surprise give advantage,
not
a condition actually. It's just an extra round in combat.
Maybe I thought surprise did give advantage, but maybe I'm wrong. I can look it up if you want.
No, that's fine. It's fine. It makes its claw attack. But it does get 2, so I guess it can make its second claw attack. It's only a 10. Not good enough. The shark-headed creature charges forward and is going to get to Enid, and using multi-attack here, its bite is going to try and slam down on you with its hungry jaws for an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And it is also going to, as it bites down, use not clawed hands, but just like hammer fists, just like pummel into you with 2 other pummeling attacks.
Oh no!
It's a natural 1 on one of them and a 12 on the other.
Miss. My AC is 14.
Just the bite then. Bite comes down. Oops, sorry. Bite comes down for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And the other 2 use their actions. Open. That is the surprise round. So now we come to initiative and proper. So 25 to 20.
Guys.
20 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, everybody.
15, 10.
14, 11 plus 3.
Okay. That is... Sorry, it takes me a second to remember your names. Are not your last campaign characters.
We'll all know what you mean.
Enid, 10.
10, yeah.
And then Augustus and Andy, would you roll?
Andy?
4.
I beat you with a nat 1 because I had +4, so 5.
Okay. Who am I missing here? Oh, that's right. Okay. There you go.
The invisible assassin. We can't see on the board.
No, he's not here yet.
Who's the invisible assassin?
And that is everybody. So, Giant Crab gets to start combat off. Will use its claw attacks on Andy once more.
Tight.
First is going to be... Oh, yeah, these are going to hit. At least one of them. Actually, it's still not good. A 14 with the first, and then a 19.
That 14 is my AC.
Okay, so both would hit.
Oh boy, oh boy.
You know what? Actually, so the first one, it'll hit you, but then it'll pivot over to Augustus with the second one. So would that second attack hit you?
14, you said?
Nope, that was a 19.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
So both of them hit you. Each of you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
To both of us?
Both of you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're each grappled with one of its massive claws.
Well, that changes everything. Cool.
Makes its way over to here. So it doesn't have a ton of movement to drop fully back into the water yet to get over to get these attacks off and carrying both of you, but it does get those attacks in and both of you are grappled. That is its turn. Decrane, we come to you. You are currently restrained and dropped into the water here. What do you do?
So, like, I can't grab like a dagger or something like that.
You have your equipment on you. You can pull your equipment out to utilize, but you are underwater and a little disoriented.
Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to use my fangs to rip the rope.
You can try. Absolutely.
You also just have like a dagger, don't you?
I'm going with the simplest thing first, then I'll go more.
Last game, you had dagger, scimitar, double-bladed scimitar, rapier, gun.
With the net.
So out your pistol now.
The steel cable net.
You can go ahead and bite the net.
Okay, not bad. It was 16.
Okay. You bite into the net, trying to like rip into it using your attack. Unfortunately, the piercing damage of your fangs does not have as much of an effect on the rope of this net. Over a series of attacks, you might be able to fray enough of one section. You're looking for more of like a slashing slice of something than the piercing of fangs to cut through this kind of like taut, hard, like wound, almost like cord. Than the piercing of fangs. So unfortunately, no damage is dealt.
Okay. Unfortunate.
It will also, I will say, it'll take an action for you to just sort of like pull yourself free, to break free. You could do that with a new action. However, for now, you found out that the fangs are not going to free you here. Unfortunately, you are going to need something else.
And I can't do anything with the bonus to...
Not, unfortunately, no. Unless you have a bonus action ability, but no further attacks.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is the end of your turn. That takes us to this fella. He is going to release his side of the net, and with you restrained, is going to swim up to you and attack you.
Stabby.
He is going to go for a couple of stabs with this onyx-tipped like spear as he begins to just jab into you at advantage. That's a 20 total to hit.
Yeah.
And not good enough. 11.
No.
Okay. So, on this first hit, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Well, okay.
Oh boy.
As you take 3 points of piercing damage and 4 points of poison for a total of 7.
11 roll.
What's your con?
Save should be okay.
My con... Did you say con save?
Yes, sir.
Plus 3, 14.
You are not poisoned, so that's good.
And
you took 7 total damage.
Okay.
He does continue to kind of stab at you. The second one, you manage to kind of like move out of the way, and as he's like diving into the water, it is under the water, even darker than above. It is pitch black in the water, and the only even signs of him as he comes in to attack you, with the light coming from above, from your friends, and surely as Andy gets lifted up, the light begins to grow a little brighter as the cloth would get disturbed a little on the symbol. You're seeing almost like in black and white this creature come out of the depths of black shadow of the Black Sea and just stab with its face, just like screeching like a sea monster. It is not a pleasant sight. That ends its turn. Takes us to Enid. Shark creature in your face. What are you going to do?
I'm going to attack it. I'm going to use, since it's like right up in my face, I'm going to use my 2 short swords.
Mm-hmm.
Take them out. Just whack.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack with your short sword.
Okay. 22 to hit.
22 is definitely going to hit.
Hell yeah.
And 5 piercing damage.
Yeah, 5 damage. Okay.
You also have this thing, when you hit a creature with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d4 psychic to the target, which can take this extra damage only once.
Dreadful strikes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll that. As long as I don't know if it's a reaction or if it's just a part of your attacks.
I
It says
think I
no
have to,
action.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw it on.
So you just get to use it 1 per person? Is that the caveat?
Yeah,
Right.
once per turn.
Yeah.
How much is it now?
4.
Oh, nice. The full 4.
The full 4.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you managed to, as he's like biting down and just focused on the bite, you managed to like draw the blades from beneath and slash, and you deal a good strike into him. Begins to roar in pain, but you can see a little bit of your blood stains its teeth as well, trading blows. Bonus action movement. What do you do?
I'm going to. I'll do favored foe. I think that's. Is that a bonus?
Is that like a marking situation?
Yeah, I mark it basically.
Okay. So.
It says you can mark the target as your favorite enemy for 1 minute or until you lose concentration.
Okay.
The first time on each of your turns that you hit the favorite enemy and deal damage to it, including when you mark it, you can increase that damage by 1d4.
So you could deal an additional d4 to this guy if you go bonus action first and then attack. Given that like it's kind of one of the first times you're using this, I'm free to retcon.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll another d4, and this guy is now marked.
Sick.
And that is a 3.
Awesome, good rolls.
Yeah.
He's
He's coming out.
still standing, but definitely looking like a couple of significant wounds, and is kind of reeling from the psychic elements that are added here too. That is your action. Bonus action. Are you going to move or stay there?
Nope, I'm gonna stay there.
All right, I guess it's going to be you.
I don't want to be this dude, but I think it is helpful. Can Allie use another, because she has 2 weapon fighting, can she use another attack?
Only as a bonus action.
So the other thing wasn't a bonus, it was a no action. Both were no actions.
The
mark is a no action?
Yeah, that's what it said. It said favored foe, no action.
Oh, I thought it was under bonus.
And then it said the other one was no action too. I'm pretty sure.
When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can call on your Mystic Bond.
Oh, it's under other.
For summon each of your turns, you hit there. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, it's because of when you hit a creature. That's probably why. It's because it like depends on you actually have to hit them. So maybe that's why you wouldn't get the damage at the beginning, the first time.
Oh.
The first time
right?
each of your turns that you hit the favorite enemy and deal damage to it, including when you mark it, you can increase it to 1d4.
Oh, including when you mark it. Okay, great.
That's a good distinction.
So if you if you choose to mark a creature and deal your dreadful strikes, each of your attack is an additional 2d4 the first time you hit.
The one time. Yeah.
The one time a turn. But yeah, if that is not a bonus action, then yeah, you're free to use your second bonus action to make your strike. Do you have the second 2-weapon fighting style, or just is your fighting style archery?
I have it set to. I think it's archery.
Yeah. So
On
you
your
just
sheet, it says 2-weapon.
If you got 2-weapon fighting, that means you can add your modifiers to your attack. So you can do the full 1d6 plus 3 as your bonus. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay. 8.
8 total.
No, 8 to hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is not going to hit as you draw the second blade up and try and attack. The creature just like kind of bats it out of its way. It's not holding any weapons actually, just relying on its pure shark form to deal damage.
Shark boy.
Shark boy. That ends your turn unless you're going to move.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, good. Augustus, we come to you.
Seraphina! Oh wait, what's my accent? Fuck, my fucking voice. Seraphina! My little ray will come out of my vest, and then she'll ignite. I'll use my action to like ignite her into her wildfire spirit form, and that means as long as I can do it within 30 feet of us, and I just don't want it to be near. I was gonna say Mary. Oh my god, don't want it to be near Andy. Okay. This will be blah 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 within 30 feet. Each creature within 10 feet of the spirit other than you when it appears must succeed on a dex save against your spell DC or take 2d6 fire.
I see. Okay, so you could hover her kind of up in the air above these two.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I was thinking the crab because I want her nearest to fly to us.
That's what I mean, like in between. So between these two?
Sweet.
So like kind of hovering there. So it'd be you, this, and that, but not you.
I'm perfect. That's great. DC 14 dex.
You got it. Okay, crab fails for sure, and so these other guy with a 10.
Sick. 7 for fire damage.
7 points. Is there any additional effect, or just when she appears, she just burns the fire?
Just burns. That's the action. And then I got more for her to do, but just that's it.
Awesome. She does have that flying speed, so that's why she can kind of pop up like that. 7 points. Cool. This shark guy is almost down, but still hanging on.
Get him.
Okay, go ahead.
Can she fly between us? Basically, my ideal situation is she could be within 5 feet of me and 5 feet of Andy if Gray goes between us.
Yes.
Amazing. Then as a bonus action, I'd say, get us out of here! And she would use her teleport on her turn to move us 15 feet out of this guy's grasp. Spirit in each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. Teleport up to 15 feet to unoccupied spaces you can see.
Where do you try to go?
I think just back. I don't want to be near the water, so just like 15 back. Then each creature within 5 feet of the space that the spirit left must succeed on a dex save or take 1d6 plus PB.
Does succeed with a 16.
Great. Just flames wash over it, and we appear there, hanging back.
Yeah, with both of you gone, the second wash of flame, it just crosses its claws in front of its face to kind of take the brunt of it. And both of you manage to skip out of the way.
Then I would just turn to Andy, kind of actually feeling confident, maybe after the prep talk from Isaac, and just be like, pretty cool, right?
That was very cool. Yeah, that's a good trick. Shit.
Nettie, you did so much damage to that guy. That was so cool.
Thank you. I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Okay, that is the end of Augustus's turn. That takes us to Shark Boy.
Fuck, I thought it would be your turn, Andy. I was really hoping.
Oh, I rolled bad.
Shark Boy uses his action to disengage, and he dives into the water.
Shark Boy's gonna eat the crane.
He uses his action to disengage and swim down and away.
You better run.
Into the water. That takes us to Andy.
Okay. I think we don't see. Okay, would you be okay with me using a bonus action to like shake the cloth completely off the thing so that we can all see better?
I'm okay with you not using anything. It just burned up with flame or was dropped as you got picked up by a crab. I don't care. That's not an action.
Great.
Object interaction.
I don't have anything else. This is a bonus action. Okay, I will then. Shit. Well, I had a plan to get us, not us out of there, but I had a plan and now it's changed. I'm gonna just, because that crab thing still just hit me and I don't like it, I'm gonna use Mind Sliver. It cannot be that smart. That's my thought.
Minecraft. Oh, man.
Spells.
Nope, that's a 1. Well, like a 6 minus 5 becomes 1.
Great.
Wow. Minus 5. Damn.
So it's kind of just, if it takes in its next turn, if it takes a saving throw, it has to subtract a d4.
Okay, just keep an eye on that.
And I rolled 5 damage, so
nice.
5 psychic.
deal. Yeah, it's still like claws crossed in front of his face with Ray kind of right in its face. So you don't see like any additional, but it's already kind of like screeching from the previous element. You just know you've added to its befuddlement.
Yeah, it just has a vision of being a giant crab cake in another life, and makes it sad. I think I might try to pivot towards like behind Enid, because I don't want to be near this giant crab anymore.
That's smart.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, like over here?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fine. And can we see in the area at all? Like, we can't see the crane. I imagine it's all like murky black.
Anything in the water is like submerged, is not visible.
Yeesh.
Cool.
He's gone.
Think of it like, like inky black. If you got right up on it, you could see. But the weird texture of the water, it reflects the light, so it's almost has that like mirrored quality rather than actually like helping see.
Okay. I'll just, especially with all the light, I'll just kind of turn to the other two and say, I could get him out if I could see him, but I can't see anything. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. That takes us to our last friendly neighborhood sea creature. He pulls the net.
Oh no. Fuck.
Deeper out to sea.
Almost off camera for the listener, if you're listening to this podcast.
Just ever so slightly. And as he does, is going to stab him twice.
Oh, God.
Bring it on.
Oh, that's a 3, but that is a 9 plus... No, a 13's not going to hit you, I don't think.
Okay, there we go.
Nope.
That's second one. Oh, okay, 18.
Oh, yeah.
Con save for you, please.
It is plus 3.
What's the roll, sorry, though?
Oh, wait, you want me to roll? Sorry.
Yes, please.
It is a 16.
A 16, you maintain, again, resisting the poisonous quills that are kind of imbibed within this blade. You do take 6 points of slashing or piercing damage and 2 points of poison for a total of 8.
Ugh.
And that is going to be its full turn, taking us back to the top of the round with the giant crab.
Oh, no.
Giant crab is going to... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ray teleports with us, so I mean, he's going to rush forward, or he's going to do something, but she would be back with us.
No, that's a good note, because I was just about to claw at the big ball of light. So now I get to claw at you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Is going to get to here. I guess, actually, if you guys are both different creatures, he would try and claw you and Ray individually. As he just scuttles forward. Yeah, it's just going to try and catch the ball of light. I think that hits Ray. 16?
AC 13, yep.
She is then dealt 5 points of bludgeoning damage and is grappled as much as basically a ball of light can be grappled.
She can't be grappled.
Okay, great.
And then you said 7? 7 damage?
5.
Okay.
And then to you, also 16 to hit.
AC 15, yep, so that hits.
And that's going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage to you. So same deal on both sides, but you are grappled.
I can be
once again, up into the claws you go.
She's 20 HP, so she's down to...
That's its full turn. And Decrane, we come back around to you.
All right.
Oh, come on, pal.
I'm busting out the, would I be able to use my double-sided scimitar?
In this instance, it's going to be really difficult to use such a large weapon.
Okay.
However, if you're looking to use the scimitar just to like try and cut free instead of trying to make an attack, I'll allow that because like it's just the blade against the ropes, just pushing and trying to slash. So if you're trying to attack somebody with it, like I would say no, just because you wouldn't have the ability. But this, yes, if you're trying to attack the net,
just the net, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack with your scimitars.
All right.
With your single double-bladed scimitar.
Boom, 19.
Yeah, that's going to cut it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. That is... So 3 total, plus 1, 4.
You're joking. Okay. You've cut free a hole, but not big enough to fully scramble out of. You know your another attack will be enough to do it, but unfortunately, it is not enough.
How many levels are you away from an action surge, Kevin?
Wait, hold on. Did you say you added 1 to that? That's not right.
It said, well, I'm looking double blade scimitar 2d4. Actually, it says 2d4 minus 1.
How does
on
yours
mine, when I pulled up your sheet,
it says 2d4 plus
2d4.
3.
Yeah, on mine it says plus 3. Refresh your page. Can you refresh?
Yeah, 1 minute. I should do that.
It's plus 5, 2d4 plus 3.
Kevin, you need your new laptop to arrive because this old one is just holding on to old caches.
We will take sponsorships from any laptop maker.
Okay, so 2d4 plus 3, yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, with 6 damage, the threshold you were trying to hit was 5 points of slashing damage. You are able to cut through enough of the net to cause it to tear apart. You are no longer restrained. You have your speed back. You are still underwater. You are like 10 feet down from the surface and now like 30 some odd feet from the shore. But you are now free to have your full move and attacks and all this stuff. But you're still not in a great position. You do have your bonus. You have bonus and your full movement now. So
how far could I get? Like if I were to swim away, how far could I get?
You can move half speed underwater. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well, I mean, I think that's better than nothing. So I would do that. I'm not near land yet, so it doesn't matter if I surface or not.
Okay. Yeah, you just are being kind of surrounded in the water by the 3 other creatures.
Your friends just can't help you if you're under the water. We can't see you. I don't know if you know that, but that's just so you know.
That's true. Well, maybe you'll like. Can I use my dagger still as a bonus?
Yeah, if you want to swim up to a creature.
Okay.
If you want to be 1 square, if you want to go for the shark guy, you could get to him easily.
Yeah. So maybe they'll notice that.
We could if you kill this guy.
Make a dagger attack as a bonus action.
Okay, 13 roll.
Definitely hits.
Nice.
It's just a D4.
Okay.
No modifier.
Big money.
And it's a 3.
3?
He had 3 hit points left. That is enough to eliminate Shark Boy off the field.
DC.
You
Friend doesn't need friends.
No. Free.
He works alone.
And you watch as this shark creature is swimming towards you and just instinctively just stab him. And it stops in its tracks. That's your full move, action, bonus action, end of your turn. That takes us to the orange. He's going to swim directly to you. I think he's going to use his first attack to try and grapple you. So go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice. I see he's going to try and use one of his unarmed strikes.
You said athletics or acrobatic?
Yeah.
Okay,
so beat a DC 10.
I'll do acro. 16 roll.
Yeah, you're good. Even within the water, and this creature being of the water, he swims towards you and just tries to kind of get you, but he's just not strong enough. They rely solely on this kind of ambush technique and their poison quills, but the strength just isn't there, and you just fully like palm him away. Fuck this guy. With that, he then strikes down with the poison of the poison quilled spear for 20 to hit. That's going to do it. Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not good.
16.
You succeed once more. You do still take 6 points of piercing damage and an additional 4 points of poison damage.
Looking bad here.
Oh God, how
But
bad?
you're not poisoned.
Good thing we can see you.
Well, you must have seen like the guy die by now.
Yeah, but there's like certain things where it's like you have to be able to see the creature. So like I have a thing I can teleport you out of there, but only if I can see you. I could give you one of my portent dice, but only if I can see you.
From there, we go to Enid.
Okay, I'm basically gonna do the same thing. What I just did. I'm gonna do it to the other guy near me.
To the crab?
Yeah.
Yeah, you rush over. Go ahead and make your attack, and you will add your D4 for psychic and your favored foe.
Okay, so 16 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Yes.
Okay. So 8 piercing damage plus plus 4 again.
Nice.
And then favored foe is 4 as well.
All right.
Jesus.
Enid, as you turn on this creature, how do you want to do this?
Yes. I'm just gonna be like, I'll just take it out like this, slice them like that, and just go, see? The fast way was fine, guys.
The crane is still in the water.
As you guys are having this argument, Enid, you chop through the arm that's holding Augustus high. He falls to the ground with the claw still around your waist. And then with that last kind of strike through, you pierce through into like the open, like screeching maw of the crab, and then prove your point that the fast way is totally fine. You still have a bonus action and 25 feet of movement.
Ooh, no, I think I'm good. I'll stay there.
I'm gonna remove.
Question. So I used favor foe again.
Yeah, so I think we only have 2 a day.
Yeah,
so
so perfect. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like I have to. Okay, so I'm done favored foe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's per short rest. We'll have to look into that after this fight. But yeah, for the rest of the fight, that is all you got. But you still do get the whatever the extra psychic one once per turn.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Ending Enid's turn takes us to Augustus.
Ew, you got fish stuff all over me. It's so gross. I will shove off the pincher thing, and I'm gonna like go to the water's edge. And do I see any sign of Decrane?
Decrane did not elect to come to the surface, if I remember correctly. He chose to attack the Sharkman. What I will say is you can see thrashing in the water, but the surface of the water is oily and slick. You cannot see a target. Maybe you could see the shapes of the 2 creatures, but you couldn't tell which one's Decrane.
Yeah, that's really cool too. Healing word, a creature of your choice that you can see. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Should I do that? Yeah, I think I will. Okay, I'm going to bring Ray close to me. This is just kind of for flavor. I'm going to 2nd level cast Healing Spirit, but it's just going to come out of her.
Okay. Just in the space she is, she becomes the healing spirit.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Whenever you or a creature you can see moves in the spirit space for a first time or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points to the creature. No action required.
Yep. Do you do it to yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Heal yourself a d6.
I almost see it like he's worried. He knows they need healing. He's trying to use Ray for light, but I'll just wait on this.
I moved her to the space behind you because I wasn't sure what exactly you were doing. Do you want it to be in the space you're in that's right on the coast, or are you fine with the space where she's sitting there right behind you?
If she's sitting there, would Nettie get healing too?
She'd have to step one, like it has to be in that square. So on her next turn, she has to walk 1 square in to get that healing.
creature you can see moves into. Oh yeah, you're totally right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just have her on me.
Okay. On the same space as you.
And actually, that's a bonus action. So I will hold action. I'll just produce flame in my hand and hold action to throw at a baddie if I see one.
No problem. Okay.
I got 5 back.
Nice. Andy, we come to you.
Okay. I don't know. Decrane can't breathe. Doesn't need to breathe. So,
He's dying.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to go into the water. I guess. Yeah, that's fine. And just try to, with my light, try to take a look.
When you bring the light into the water, underneath that surface, immediately you do illuminate in the distance it should illuminate.
Okay.
So now, with that magical light beneath the oil slick surface, everyone above can see lit up whatever the distance of light gives. I just don't know offhand. 10, 15 feet.
Okay. Where, can you remind me where Augustus was? Was he just in front of... He was there. How reasonable would it be? When the crab claw fell, could I use that to catapult, in theory, in a line to try to hit? So if I miss the first guy, I could get to the second guy. How is the crab claw is another question.
I'm cool with using it for catapult. That's no problem.
I'll upcast it if I need to. I can get an extra 5 pounds if I do a second level.
So I would actually say it'd be a pretty heavy object. Like it's a giant crab's claw, which is like a.
But what about just the pincher?
It's still attached.
The thumb part. Okay.
We made a point of saying, like I said, she cut him off at what would be the the arm part. So the big claw part was still clean.
Yeah, so it's going to be way too heavy.
So
is there something else?
You could do the second level, and I'd allow.
Okay. I will do it as a second level then.
So does it? Augustus was the crab was here. Does it need to be in a line? You grab it, or how does that work? So
basically it says, one object within range that isn't being carried, the object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet.
So it would be...
Basically, if the first guy fails, then...
Here's what I'm going to say. It can hit if it's not quite as straight line. I'm going to give the second guy advantage because it's not quite in line. But otherwise, I'll let it run.
If it hits the first guy, it doesn't go on to the second guy anyway. So
exactly. I'm just saying, if it gets to the second guy, I'm going to give him advantage based on the kind of proximity. The line is not accurate.
Sure.
But
we'll cast it at second level to...
Yeah. Going for the first guy. Anyways, they are not as dexterous as being underwater creatures you might think.
Yeah, I thought they would be.
Nope, that's a 6.
Great, okay.
Nice.
So he takes... Second level catapult is it's 4d8.
This guy's probably dead.
48. Oof.
I'm gonna roll it anyway.
Although actually he hasn't been hit. You might have to roll pretty good.
Ooh, I rolled kind of shit in the first one. Not shit, but that's 8, and it's only 9 on the first 3 dice.
Okay, no, he's gonna live.
And max on the last one, so an 8 on the last one. But
so for 17. He's still up, but that last 17 is actually a good amount. The claw you see pierces through the back of this creature where he's focused on the crane. You watch it just cannonball into the water and slam into the back of this guy, piercing in, and you hear the cracking of ribs from maybe part of his spine as he just is in incredible pain.
Okay, and then I'm gonna get out of the water. Well, back up a little bit towards the shore again.
Yeah,
I can't imagine she's that strong of a swimmer.
You can only get to there with the...
That's fine. And just, point with,
You can get to the surface if you want.
Yeah, but he can't hear me. Well, I guess he could.
You can...
I'll leave the light under the water.
Okay.
That's it.
that takes us to the other guy. He is going to pop up to the surface here.
Things haven't gone well for you, guy.
Yeah, at this point, he's lost 2 of his guys, and his other buddy here looks like he's about to die. But barely any of you are in the water. There is blood in the water. These guys are dumb. He could try and go for Decrane one last time. I'm going to make an intelligence check here to see, does self-preservation prevail, or does he try to once more draw Decrane deeper into the water?
I say kill Decrane.
Self-preservation prevails.
Damn it. You're lucky, Decrane.
Swims away deep into the deep. Top of the round, Decrane, we come to you. This creature in front of you has been fully taken by surprise by a massive crab's claw piercing through its back. You can see the tip of it poking through the chest on the other side. He is not looking good. What do you do?
Can I, I'm still not surfaced, right? So I want to come out of the water and stab him.
Yeah, just rise up and hoist him up on your scimitars or on your rapier.
On my scimitar.
You got it. Go ahead and make an attack.
Is he dripping delicious blood? Delicious fish blood?
It is an Icarus blood, but yes.
Ew.
19.
Yeah, you definitely do it.
Just from the water. Do you say anything to Crane as you rise?
Well, I there's this big splash, and then once the water and the mist is cleared, you just see him skewered, and then I just feel like I never liked kebabs. And then I just throw him. I'm going to throw him on land, actually. I don't want him to sit in the sea, pollute the sea. So I'm the sea deserves better. And then I throw him onto the shore.
My hand is still crackling.
In a bloody pile, with the crab claw still intact, the creature lands on the shore. Decrane, you pull yourself free of the Black Sea. And the rest of you, Andy, also pulls yourself free. Breathe a sigh of relief. Your first brush with danger here may have shaken you, may not have shaken you. I don't know. We'll see how we play. But for the time being, a breath, a beat, 2 beat, 3 beats pass, and all is calm.
For Ray's healing, it's a minute of healing. I know we've done this previously in our other campaign with Gordo. So it's a minute. It's every round someone can get a d6 of health. So what does that equal to? It'd
be 10 sixes, you've used 1. So 9 more sixes.
Here's another
Crane's
question
hurt.
for you. Well, my spirit can't heal undead.
Mm-hmm.
Can it heal Decrane?
Does he step in it?
Oh, look at this big boy. Hold on. Hold, please.
Oh, he's a cute Tigger.
There's a little Tigger joining us.
Yeah, not so little.
Tell Nick we say hi. Hey, Nick.
Oh, you look
He's a big
sleepy.
boy now.
I know he is a big boy. Look at this
He looks so
guy. I love
tired.
him
Yeah, he looks so tired.
He's so tired.
He's just waking up now.
Decrane, do you step inside the healing spirit?
I'm like, oh my god, Decrane, you could heal in this. Ray will heal you.
You don't know anything about how it works.
Her beautiful light will heal you.
No. So let's say I'm disoriented and I fall into it. I'm just I don't even know what I'm doing, and I'm just and I just fall into it, not knowing.
You fall into the light. Augustus, looking to heal your fallen comrade.
Easy.
Go ahead and roll d6.
Here you go, buddy. 2.
You heal 2.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. How hurt are you?
I'm at 8 now.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 more, so that will be 4 of these. You got 5 back. You get 6 back. Wow, you're lucky. So that was 11.
Another 11.
You got the 2 before, and then another 11. So you just gained 13 total from your.
Should be at 21.
I'm at 19. because I was at 8 with the 2, and then 8 plus 11.
With the 2. Oh, okay.
With the 2. I thought you were
Yeah.
at. Sorry. You are
Gotcha.
correct.
And
4 of 10 used.
I don't know if this does anything, but I have second wind.
Yeah, you
can
could
use that.
Yeah, it's good to use it like in combat if you ever have an extra bonus action. But
Oh,
Enid,
I
you heard?
guess I'll use that now.
So, but also just as a point of order, just as like reminders for like low level play, if you're gonna take a short rest, you could use that as your last part of your last round, and it recharges on a short rest. So, as part of your last combat turn, there you could have also used your second wind if you're planning to take a short rest.
Oh,
It'll recharge whenever you do that.
never
So
mind.
you can use it whenever you want.
you can use it now if you want. It'll
That
help
means I have to take a short rest.
to use it again.
Choose it. Okay.
It'll like you can use it, and then if you take a short rest, it'll recharge.
Oh,
But
okay.
you could use it whenever you want.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm at 19 now. Then,
Dude.
I guess we could still fight again.
Oh yeah, we're going fast whole day.
Okay, so
6 days of going fast.
I'll
We're not going
unlock
to
it. And it's 1d10 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 5.
So another 8 points to you. That should pull you up to 27.
Enid, did you take damage? What's your health at?
Yeah, I only took 8 damage.
Okay, so I'll give you a d6 right now.
Thank
5.
you.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
Andy, did you take damage?
Yeah, I'm at 18 out of 25, so not crazy.
Okay, so that was my 5th one. Here's another one for you, Enid. Or sorry, Andy. That was only 1. Sorry, I'll give you another one. That was 6. I was 3, so that's 7. I'm gonna give you another one. I was 4. We're just going up. I'm gonna give me one.
One
That
left.
That was 3. What's your health right now, Andy?
So I lost track of how many I got. 1 and then 3
And then 4. So
And then
8.
4.
and then 4. So I missed the 4. So I'm good. I'm at full now.
I think if you have 1 left, depending on how much damage you took, it's between you and Decrane.
Okay, Decrane, what's your health?
27.
Okay, I'm
Out
gonna
of-
myself then.
31, I think.
31 total.
Yeah, I'm at 18. I'll heal myself.
Yep.
5. So I'm topped up.
Good rolls. Good rolls.
That was really good. That was like 4 5s in there.
Yeah. Okay. So, as the minute passes, as you're all kind of catching your breath, feeling a little better, Ray kind of flutters around, flies around with her healing warmth and light, helps kind of dry off some of the inky cold. And I will also reiterate that water is frigid. Not to the point that like you're instantly hurt, but you could imagine a long-term exposure is hypothermia just waiting to happen. But you pull yourselves free, dry off with Ray's light, and heal yourselves up. Not necessarily needing a short rest, but it's up to you guys whether you want to take one. I will say you've traveled now 6 hours in your day. You probably have another like 3-ish to end the day, 2 to 3 for an adventuring day before you'll feel the need for rest. Though I will also just point out, just as you're sitting here, like it is weird to again not see the transition of the day from morning to evening to or afternoon to evening. You're just going purely on your body clock here, which for the time being is still started off with morning. Tomorrow and onward will begin to be a different story.
My thought is we have a giant crab here. Could we get crab meat? Because we know we're like gonna be hurting for rations, and maybe like that could be our meal tonight.
Mm-hmm. You could
So that we don't have to use rations for the rest of the day.
you could certainly attempt to try and harvest this crab.
Good idea.
Could I check its survival, medicine, whatever it is, that it's not going to kill us to eat this?
Make a medicine check, please. Yeah.
14.
I'll say you would be a little hesitant. You think if you go to the kind of thicker, meatier claws, you're probably okay. But anything beyond that, what this creature eats is probably not great for you all to be potentially consuming, given the consistent like poisonous elements that were not far away. It may not be so wise to be extensive. Certainly a night, maybe 2 days of you could feast on crab, but beyond that, I wouldn't risk it.
Just carrying around like rotting seafood.
I was literally like, cook what we can like today, and we're not going to carry around seafood for the rest of the week.
I will
have it for
let's do it. Whether it's Enid or me trying to carve this thing, but I would happily roast it with my produce flame.
So what I'll say too is with that medicine check, knowing that the claws are your best bet, you could like cut the other claw free and like strap it to a pack and then bring it to camp rather than harvest it now.
Great idea.
That would be your better bet for travel.
Yeah, let's do that.
That takes no check. That's super easy with your various blades, a little bit of rope, and maybe 15 minutes of time to position it all with all your healing and everything. Are you going through a short rest, or are you just going to continue on for the day?
I mean, I could keep. I'm back to full.
The fact that we're healed, like I know there's certain stuff we'll get back in a short rest, but I think we should just keep going.
I'm down to keep going.
It's fine with me. I'm just double checking.
It's really fun seeing, just in this episode, seeing what our characters can do. Like it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it's cool. We can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So, continuing on for another 2-ish hours after this encounter, feeling maybe a little bit more confident, a little like, okay, we had a scrape, but we got through it. You continue up along as you initially planned to go up along this kind of bridge between pillars, and that takes you up into not up into a higher level, but there is a beginning of this kind of span of these larger, wider, raised like rock bridges and more arched connections between these mountainous pillars. As you continue like crossing these, maybe giving a little bit more confidence, being further away from the sea, less of this like coastal issue. And you continue on slightly higher. Some of it still has large spans of space for travel. Some of it does come down to 10-foot wide bridges with obviously no railing. It's just open stone bridges that you cross carefully, slowly, one by one.
Can I stop you before you get too far? And you can tell me if we should have called for it. Was there anything on those little fishy people? If we were like looting through their bodies when someone's carving the claw?
I'll say Shark is lost as he died in the water, dripped to the bottom. DeCrane specifically speared up the other guy.
And threw him on shore, apparently.
Threw him on shore. So someone can make an investigation check for him, should you wish.
Do you want to do it, Kev? Mine's 0. I don't know what your investigation is now. Or Lee,
it's 0. My investigation is 0.
I think yours is the best, Lee.
Okay, I can do that. So that's 16.
Yeah. Doesn't carry a whole lot on his person. There's just a loincloth around the body. The like protective carapace, like coral elements are like a part of his body. Like it's not applied, it's grown. So that's weird in itself. The spear he was wielding is pretty shit. However, there are poisonous quills that have been kind of embedded in as part of an element of it. They are like they could essentially be used carefully, drawn from this spear. They'll lose their potency if left like this. They need to like be almost like reapplied with poison. You could try and harvest the poison from the tips, and if you can get enough, you could make an applied poison vial, or you could probably the rest of the day, maybe into tomorrow, you'd have to do another check to see what your range is here. You could just take the spear that has this poison ability on it, but it will in time run out of its ability. On the creature, You find two things of note. One, a very small kind of satchel of some shinier bits of like coral and shells, and there are 5 silver coins, and kind of tied around the belt of the loincloth. There are a couple of adornments of like ornamental bits of the sea, but in there is a symbol of a silver symbol of a skull. Go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Not as good. I think it's 9, but let me just double check.
Do you add anything to
Yeah, it's a 9
religion, Kev?
9 total.
Pardon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only rolled a
religion
6
at all.
Religion?
Yeah, what's your stat like for religion? Mine's 0 as well.
0.
Okay, that one's good at it then. That's all good.
Like enough that you know it's probably religious rather than just like a skull, but you don't. With a 9, yeah, you're just not familiar enough.
That's cool.
But it's a silver, symbol of some kind. So probably worth, I don't know, a little bit of silver. But unfortunately, that's it. So with that, then, do you want to try and just take the spear with you? You could continue to try and you could decide what you want to do with it during a rest.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Is take it with us for now. In theory, it could be fun to use that with a catapult.
Yeah, that's a
so
really
we
good
get the extra damage.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
a really cool idea. And if it gets too far, we could try and harvest
do
it
something
or
with it,
these
yeah.
blades. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, well, if that does come up, for the time being, the spear deals an additional. It's a D4 spear because it's kind of shit, and it deals an additional D6 of poison damage.
Cool. D6 poison.
But other than that, good to continue on.
Yeah.
Any other things you want to check? So, as you are up on these slightly raised elements over the sea, you feel the need for rest coming to each of you. It's been a long day, starting to kind of wear on you a little bit in this space. And as you are all pretty well trained in survival collectively, you're looking for cover, looking for somewhere to kind of get out of the openness here. You do find tucked into the side of a cavern wall of one of these massive pillars that's less of a pillar and more of like a almost more mountainous, honestly. You find a cave. You find the entrance to a cave. And as you begin to debate and look around and spend a good 10-15 minutes checking in the exterior, debating whether it's worth going on forward, with the successful survival check, you determine this is your best option for shelter for the night. However, DeCrane, as you guys are, doing your due diligences, making sure there's nowhere else, and then looking around the entry here, the cavern, you can see initially kind of goes obviously into the mountain, and you can see there's 2 paths, a left and a right, diverted by an element of stone. However, around the exterior and kind of along the base of both left and right caverns, you do see picked clean bones of various sizes. There's a sign clearly that something has traveled through here, maybe is within here. What is still to be investigated, figured out, but it will be your safest shelter in the area, in the vicinity, but there seems to be something still within.
And everyone can see that, or do I have to, or, like, should I be?
Yeah, based on you being the one to roll, I like that as the initial survival check. I wanted to bring it to your attention, but I think easy enough for everyone to have this pointed out to by you. But feel free to elaborate.
I'll just say, I'll take for the watch tonight, the first watch.
Is there anything we should be?
There might be something around here
Okay.
that has a taste for flesh.
Right. That sounds just. Do we see any other signs of like are the bones from like this morning? Like.
Good question.
Go ahead and make investigation or nature, your choice.
Investigation, probably. Maybe they're the same. Oh, they are. Because I forget that nature's an intelligence skill. 13.
13 is enough to determine that it is difficult to tell the length of time anything has been here because everything looks incredibly well picked clean. The bone is pristine white. And as you kind of poke in a little left and right of this split, even the floor of the cavern is perfectly smooth. The walls are, there's not a speck of dust or debris.
It's like your sister eating chicken wings. Okay.
Basically. There is absolutely no sign of any kind of debris left. With that and a 13, you can make either at this point a nature or arcana check, your choice.
Arcana. Hey, that was very good. 22.
Yeah. Piecing everything together, the length at which everything is so clean leads you to believe there's some element of an ooze having traversed this area, something that will acidically consume until the barest level of either metal, bone, wood, and it kind of depends on what type you're dealing with to what is left behind.
Okay, so it might be something that kid's just going to try to digest us. If we do decide we still want to stay here, I have a spell it takes a while to do, but I can set up an alarm deeper into the cave, and if something comes out, we'll have a heads up.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to be digested.
Okay.
I think
How tall is this, Kyle?
The entry here is like 10 feet. And as you kind of poke in, you see it begins to kind of open up a little bit further inside. But the paths, you can't see all the way to the end of like the interior of the cave. It's pretty tight at the entry, splits into a left and right path, and you're not sure beyond. So you'd have to go further inside.
What was that, DeCrane?
No, I just said it's okay.
No, nothing.
Okay, well, my thought was if this thing potentially came from inside the cave, it's going to be like where it'd be sneaking up from us. To go a little bit deeper in to put the alarm so that we have like a decent heads up and not a 5-second heads up.
You'll have to go in to sleep anyways. Like,
yeah.
Obviously.
As long as we check that the back of the cave doesn't hold the monster, then we're all good.
Okay, you guys begin to make your way inside. Unfortunately, it is single file as the caves are, paths are tight. What is your marching order, and do you go left or right?
I can go first. I have good perception.
Okay. You have no dark vision, though, so that's a disadvantage without light. Lights up.
Light on a stick.
Okay.
Or I can cast light on one of your things if you want, unless Ray can go brighter.
Do you want to cast light on Ray? Would you allow that, Kyle? It's kind of weird because she's a floating light bulb.
It's just
I
kind
can
of
also cast it
unnecessary.
just like
She
on
can
your
already-
staff.
Pardon me?
When activated, she can just be a light.
Mm-hmm.
So you could also just make her a light. But it's up to you. Mine's a cantrip.
Action, yeah.
Yeah, mine's a cantrip. I'll just put it on your staff.
Cool.
Okay. With light.
Your new staff.
Did you go left or right?
Left.
Oh yeah, you haven't checked any of your stuff out yet.
That's a plan for tonight's long rest, by the way.
Deal. Travel left, and the path here begins to curve. And as you go in marching order, you begin to kind of follow with light immediately illuminating the reflective nature of this smooth, clean, black onyx-like stone, almost like gem-like. And it curves about 10, 15, 20 before opening up into a kind of wider cavern. And on the other side of this, you see actually the right path. They both went around and then met back up at this point. And it kind of opens up a little further to the right. It kind of flares out that way into more or less a 40-foot dome of cave, like a decent size cave. You do see there is another kind of path or portion a little on the opposite side of the 40. What was your perception total? Sorry.
For me?
Yeah.
I haven't rolled one yet, so I can roll one right now.
Oh, please do. Okay. It's like a 40-foot cave, but there is another section around the back as you kind of continue around, presumably to make sure that there's another path.
Yeah.
You kind of tentatively begin to peer around, staff out first with some light. You look around. There's just a small like offshoot around the back that is another maybe like 20-foot long, 10, 15-foot wide, like additional hideaway element. There doesn't appear to be any other exits, entrances. The only other sign of any elements here is in the kind of middle of this extra section. You see a little bit of wood and stone that makes up an unused fire pit. Something at some point, began to set up camp here.
Looks safe to me. Can I, after saying that, walk towards that other like little enclosed part that I had kind of glanced at just to get closer to it?
Mm-hmm. Or like by the fire pit spot?
Yeah, the one farther back that you first mentioned, like, oh, is that something else? But it's just this. Allie, we found a cave. We're just exploring it. It seems good so far. I rolled a nat 1. I'm sure everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, you can go back there. There doesn't appear to be anything more to kind of see.
Great.
Just like it's like being within like a rough cut onyx or is onyx the black gem, like almost
It's like a black stone.
yeah. Is it onyx?
Obsidian-esque?
Obsidian.
Onyx?
Obsidian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
You're right. Onyx is the gem. Obsidian is the stone.
Obsidian is what I was trying to think of.
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian. There we go.
Right?
And it's like the cool part is it's like refracting and reflecting in like those weird kind of broken
Scary.
rock patterns. Your light.
Could
Don't
I
get mad at
try
us
and
geology TikTok.
get in our DMs, geology nerds?
Sorry.
Could I look at the wood to see if there's enough to light a fire for us?
Sure. With no check required. Yeah, there's a good like fire pit of firewood if you wanted to begin the process of that.
I guess first question as I'm looking at it, not warm at all, like cool to touch.
Nope, dry. It's been here a while.
I will light it.
Yeah.
Put it together.
Do you use your like tinder
I
kit
have
or
a
do you use
cantrip.
magic?
Just a little cantrip.
Yep.
Nice flame.
A nice warm fire begins to fill this kind of back section, and it's tight, but the four of you can get back here and set up for camp super easily.
Andy, do you want to do your alarm thing around us to make sure we're safe?
Yeah, would it be, Kyle, my thought was doing it in case this thing comes in or out. So my initial thought wasn't to do it around us, it was to do it like around where like the entrances were, like if it goes out and back in, is it tight enough where it goes back in? It's a 20-foot cube. Or up to a 20-foot cube. If not, I'll just do it around us if that's easier.
So, okay, you could either do it on the interior where the two paths converge into the wider cave and cover your entrance, and cover both sides of the entrance in a 20-foot cube as well as 20-foot in. Or you could do it on this extra side over here and be around you guys. Either way, like, it's safe. It's kind of 6 of 1.
Okay, I'll just do it around us. It's fine.
It's kind of whether you expect things to come in through the front door or you want it and get that extra knowledge before they get around. The way the cave is set is there's like a 40-foot open kind of dome, and then on the backside here you have like this additional little like tuck away, which where you're hidden.
Yeah, my concern is a bit about, it's a news. It can fit through like a small crack in the wall, so I guess we should probably just do it around us.
Mm-hmm.
But do we know? I don't know what a news is, certainly.
I rolled a Arcana check that told me it was a news.
At least likely a news.
Likely a news. Something like that, yeah.
Significance of cleanliness in this natural space. Okay, well, Andy, are you doing the ritual of this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like 10 minutes.
11 minutes or something.
11 minutes. Is there any, pardon me, over the next 10 minutes, is there anything the three of you guys do who are not casting a ritual?
I think I would maybe start setting up my bedroll and tent and stuff. I'm pretty tired and now finally getting to a place that can be cozy. I just want to relax.
Roasting some crab kebabs.
Roasting some crab. You know what? Nettie and I. So Nettie, we took the huge crab claw for some meat. We can start carving it up and try and roast it over the fire.
Ooh, that sounds good. Okay.
Both of you go ahead and make either medicine or nature checks to try and harvest the best amount of meat you can from these crabs.
God.
Another one?
Second nat one. Is that my third tonight? That was a nat one on medicine for me.
Oh, really? I got 19.
Nice.
Enid, you know, easy with like the practiced skills, as if you've done this a million times, able to cut away the shell, get the meat, and you've got a significant portion here that will happily serve the rest of you. One of these claws would be enough for the four of you to eat.
The other one's just absolutely butchered.
I'll show you when it's done.
Augustus, you take 3 points of damage as you slip and slice across your other hand. It begins to bleed and drop blood onto the crab claw, and that's a stinging wound, and it's just not your forte with blades.
Stupid blades.
Just watching the kind of drip of blood. However, your perceptive abilities are high enough to catch that one of those drips is a glistening black. As you look up and watch some of the ceiling begin to drip and pour down as a black ooze of pudding begins to pour down on top of all of you, and we roll initiative anew.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh god. Oh, that's not right.
As we kick things back off, this dripping black pudding oozes from the ceiling where it had previously just been waiting, lying in wait, begins to drip down and begin to slowly envelop your campsite as it sloughs down the side of the wall as a massive expanse of darkness. Roll initiative and 25 to 20.
Oh god.
20 to 15.
Okay, so I was 18.
Okay.
Nice.
15 to 10.
10.
What'd you say, Leah?
13.
12. 13, 12, 10.
So the advantage it holds over you based on a couple of ones, it does get to jump out first. So as it drops down, it seems to like slowly be descending, just like drips and drabs, and then suddenly from like the heart of it, just a black like Icarus tendril just slams out towards Augustus.
Oh God.
Oh, that's only a 9 to hit.
No, that doesn't do it.
You jump up out of the way as it begins fully and entirely drop down into this space right here, and only has the one attack. So, DeCrane, we come to you.
Then let's bring out the scimitar.
You draw and spin, and each of you, I will also say, each of you were, at least DeCrane would be, but I think each of you except Andy would be sitting at the campfire, so you would have to stand up with half movement to start your turn. At the very, well, you don't have to, but
I'd probably be like kneeling or like.
Well, I picture as you're going around the 20 foot
placing
so walking. But regardless, DeCrane, you use half your movement to stand, spin with the scimitar. Go ahead and make your attack.
7 roll plus 5.
That hits.
12.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay. We can do this.
All right, 2, 3, 4.
What type of damage does your scimitar deal?
Slashing. Slashing is done.
Sounds good.
So I rolled a 6
Nice.
plus 3.
Your blade, first things first, you stand up and slice out with the scimitar. Your blade carves through it like butter so easily, so effortlessly. However, in proximity, you take 6 points of acid damage.
Oh no.
And as you carve through and begin to like consider like coming back around for a bonus action attack or deciding how to continue, you see the tip of your blade beginning to corrode from the acidic elements of the black pudding. It now has a -1 penalty to your scimitar.
Ooh.
As you can see, pockmarks begin to form on the blade.
Good thing it wasn't your double blade.
Even this special steel?
Nothing changes.
Damn.
That's your attack. Half your movement.
Can I move back without engaging?
No. You could risk an attack of opportunity to get 15 feet away.
Can I move behind it?
Actually, at this point, no, because it is basically its back is at the rock, so it's kind of cut off your exit using its size. You're the only one currently who can get out past, like, out towards the wider cave.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I can't move then, right? So I'll stay right.
You could pivot, but
yeah, you could pivot around its body, around the right side of it towards Andy there. If you,
but you don't need to.
But you don't need to.
No.
If you don't, we go to Andy.
Okay, well, I was going to try to hit it, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to try something weird. Can I try to use just a level 1 catapult on a piece of burning firewood?
Yeah, sure.
That's a dope idea.
Sure can.
This deck save.
It like rolled not bad, but it still has a negative dexterity. It's the black pudding, so it's a 12.
13 is the save.
So it fails. Go ahead and roll damage, and I'll give you an additional D4 to the fire.
Cool. It's 2. Nope, not alarm. I tried that and it didn't work. I didn't finish it. It's... Where can I find it? 3d8, okay. And a d4?
Yeah, a d4 fire.
I rolled 2 1s on 2 of the 8s, then a 4 and a 7. So what is that?
13.
13. And the 4 was on fire damage. I don't know if that matters.
Makes no difference, but
Okay.
yeah, you using magic, you just begin to pull some of the fire forward, and you do just like rip it straight into the just Icarus body of this thing. It makes no sound, it makes no response,
Yes.
but you see it like tear through and shatter into the wall behind it as it like rips a hole through it. Some of the like ichor just like splatters before it slowly begins to ooze back into the greater form.
Just douse the fire and...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
gross.
the wood on the other side, what I'll say is the wood on the other side you see is like fully like corroding away. The fire is gone and the wood itself is like pockmarked.
Disgusting. Okay, it's my action.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have good bonus actions, so I don't really want to move. I'm kind of scared to move. So I guess I'm just gonna stay there,
Okay.
look around, and try to make sure there's nothing else going on. But that's it.
Sounds good. Augustus, we come to you.
I would like to... I was thinking about using Burning Hands. It's a 15-foot cone, but am I going to blast Andy in that, or could I angle it to just hit this guy?
The creature is kind of large enough to encompass the
Blast.
The blast. It should, anyways. I'd say you could angle enough away that you would catch it a little bit and maybe get some of the stone to the left. Like if you
Perfect.
angled it like that way.
Yep.
And it would only catch the creature, so should be fine.
Yeah, let's try that. I'll rub my hands together and then just throw out some fire at it.
Dex.
First level Burning Hands. Dex 14.
Again, not a bad roll, but a negative dexterity modifier takes it to a 12.
Amazing. Decent roll. 11 damage. And yeah, nothing else about it.
You got it. Staying there, bonus actions, anything?
Yeah, what bonuses do I got going on? I won't do anything. I'm not going to activate Ray. That's even an action to do that. So, yeah, no, I can't do anything then. I'll just
Okay. Enid.
Okay, can I try hexing it?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Is it a save or just gets hexed?
It's just hexed.
It is now hexed.
Sick.
Easy enough. Yeah. Bonus action, cast hex.
Okay. So that is 2 necrotic damage.
You still have to roll your attack against it, but I guarantee you'll hit it.
Oh, so it's just like when you hit it, you get extra.
Yeah, every time you hit it, you deal an additional d6 of necrotic damage.
5?
To hit?
Yeah.
You mean
Oh,
with
oh,
damage
there it is. Okay, hold on. No, never mind. I got it. 24. Good God.
back? Yeah. like that.
It's like, how did you roll a 5?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I hit the wrong one.
Okay,
I
so
think that happened to Zelana a couple times too. You're like, I rolled a 10 to hit, and we're like, wait, how? How? You have like a plus 17 to hit.
Yeah.
so 2 necrotic. What's the bow damage?
Bow damage is 2.
You got it. Plus your dexterity.
So yeah, it's 2 + 3.
You got it. Okay. Yeah, the arrow you fire pierces in again into the darkness. However, it doesn't even make it through, it just gets completely swallowed, corroded, and is just eaten away before it even makes itself through the body of this creature. Still dealing damage as best you can tell, but is that the that's action bonus action? Are you staying there?
Yeah.
Okay. Takes it to its turn. And it moves forward, dousing the fire within its form, and suddenly the entire room goes black.
Boy.
I would like the three of you except Andy to make dexterity saves at disadvantage.
Oof. Is it moving out of my...
Yeah. It's about to move here.
Do I want to use my... You know what? I'm not going to use my reaction. Although I can't see anything now, right?
Allie, before you
You're
roll
about to
your
lose
dex,
seeing sight, yeah.
Allie, before you roll your dex, we have a thing because we're rabbits. Let me pull it up. Blah blah blah.
Oh.
Blah.
Is it under features and traits?
Lucky footwork. So as a reaction, if we fail a dex save, we can add a d4 to this roll and see if it turns failure to success.
Oh, okay.
So
If you need to.
Did you just say roll at disadvantage, Kyle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 13 both times.
Nice.
So
I got a nat 20 and an 8 plus 2 is 10. Is 10 a fail?
10 is the DC for this. Ooh. So success, and to Crane, dexterity save?
Yes, I rolled a 4.
Oh boy.
And my dex save is 3, so 7.
So that is a fail.
This is not good for you, Crane.
Can I see him or no at this point, at the point of failure?
Ooh.
He was.
There's a kind of simultaneous.
He was within sight of you, so I'd give it to you because he was closest to you, actually.
Okay. Then I'll use Portent.
Okay.
It's not a great roll though.
What do you give him?
It's a 9 on the dice.
What's your dex bonus, Cap?
Plus 3. No. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, okay. Crane is not consumed.
Wow. Leah, that is so cool. Every time you do it, it's cool.
It does move forward into the space of the fire to not be engulfed. Each of you move back 5 feet, but you do take basically half of a bit of the acid damage, as some of it does manage to get on you in the darkness, but none of you are properly engulfed by it. However, it is now pitch black in here, and each of you take 10 points of acid damage.
10 points?
All of us?
Yep.
Me as well or no?
No, you were not in the potential engulf. Would have been 20. Becomes 10.
Nope, this isn't fun.
No thanks, guys. Let's kill this quick.
Need something big.
Use everything.
Now, with its action...
Oh, what? Fuck me, that wasn't its action?
No, it's just movement. It is going to try to hit... I'm going to roll a d4 for it.
It feels right.
There's kind of no reason not to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clockwise. Actually, it's counterclockwise. Oh, it's not very good. Against Augustus is a 13 hit you.
Thank God it doesn't. 15's my AC.
Manages to miss. Continues to try to... Oh, the way, actually, hang on. It is completely dark in here, therefore you guys are blind. Attack rolls have advantage.
Yeah, go for it.
At advantage, that becomes a 16.
That hits. My AC's 15.
I don't have another reaction.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Don't like that.
Okay, that's not so bad. The first one was bad. So 9 points of bludgeoning damage, just based purely on the slam of this like tendril-like fist And then the corrosive element of the acid begins to eat away for an additional 9 points of acid damage.
I'm down.
Oh my god.
As you go down, also mark that your armor is -1 to your AC
My poor little
as it begins to corrode away at your armor.
Okay, I'm just gonna mark it in my head.
Just like write in a notebook or something, but I can add here in my notebook. You fall unconscious. Decram, we come to your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the star wheel.
Hell yes. We
Okay.
need it.
And it's gonna be a quick draw, it's gonna be just
Yeah. You're still blind, so it's a disadvantage, but you're a disadvantage in melee anyways. So kind of 6 of 1. I will say, like, it's got a 7 AC. Like, it's not hard to hit. It's huge. You're still at disadvantage, but go ahead and quick draw, fire, smash.
all right. 19.
That would have been nice.
Nice.
However, roll again.
Oh, roll with disadvantage. Roll once.
Oh, right. 5.
Probably still going to hit, seeing as the AC is 7. So I think.
Do you have any fancy shit you can do with this?
Yeah, pour.
Yes, I can actually. I can do. Where is it? I can do action surge.
You can do a second attack with your action surge.
I mean, like, don't you have
You have trick
things?
shot.
Or are they all
Oh yeah, I have
humanoid?
the marksman. No, I do have like.
You have trick shots.
I
Yeah.
have trick
My
shot.
question is whether or not it's all like only against humanoids or certain sizes or stuff. Sometimes they have things, but
No, it's mostly just creatures, but it's just like whether any of them are going to be helpful here. Like disarming shots
Yeah.
not gonna help. It doesn't have arms, but maybe
this arm. Take off the arm.
like
Like I could do a dazing shot.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Let's do a dazing shot. That will help because. So when you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grit point on a hit. The creature takes damage and must make a con saving throw or suffer disadvantage on attacks until the end of their next turn.
There you go. Coming up, con save. Ooh, it's probably got okay con, but that is only it's a 6 or a 9. It is a 9, so it's a 12 total.
You need
What's your-
13. It was 13.
Okay, so it is dazed as you guys watch the light suddenly go out, and a second later, just from a deafening, echoing blast from all of you in this enclosed cave, just from the star wheel, a flash erupts and illuminates for a brief moment the scene in this frame of the blast. You strike, roll damage, and it is dazed.
I was going to ask, this trick shot, it's not part of the adept marksman, is it? Like I don't need it. That has 3 like check boxes. I don't need. This is not part of it. This is different, right?
No, that is your grit points. Yeah.
Oh, so do I have to check 1 box then?
Yeah, you expend a grit to do the daze.
Oh, okay. So that's what the. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so you one of those. Does it deal any additional damage? Or just, no, it's just that.
And for damage, I roll a
10.
1d10 plus 3, and that comes out to a 5.
Okay.
Nice. You can action surge if you still want to do that.
Uh-huh.
I can do both.
Yeah, you can actually action surge is a free action, and you get a full new action.
Your trick shots were like my maneuvers last campaign. You just dump them on any attack.
I'll do an action surge.
Thank God.
You're still at disadvantage on the attack roll, but we know the AC is super low, so.
So I'm going to do energy drain.
Oh, okay, sure.
Creepy and gross.
If this involves you touching him, though, just know you took 6 points of acid when it touched you.
No, I'm not touching him.
Okay, good.
The attack is to touch him.
Actually,
So you do touch.
You do.
no, I don't want to touch him. I'll just shoot. I'm going to shoot him again.
Yeah, go nuts.
I can shoot this guy.
Okay, so first roll a 6.
Okay, that would hit.
Mhm.
Second roll
Just roll better
a
than 6.
15.
Great.
You're fine. Go ahead and roll damage again.
So 1d10. There we go. 3.
Okay, so another 6 points there. As another just flash illuminates the cave in this just constant, like kind of sporadic, flaming explosions, each of your ears begin to ring in the close proximity of this explosive pistol within the cave. But it is beginning to like blow holes into the creature. You're seeing it shrink a little in size.
Okay.
So that's your 2 actions. You still have a bonus and movement should you wish.
I still have a bonus, but I can't.
You've already
And-
used your.
Just should note as well, you've shot 2, so you've got 2 left in the chamber.
Okay. Can I? No, I'll stay. I'll just. It's good.
You got it. Andy.
Okay, I can't imagine that I know Augustus is down at this point.
With the darkness, no.
Also, no one can see anything, so I'm going to use my entire action to cast light.
Okay. On what?
I guess, like, it has to be something I can touch. The ceilings are too tall to, like, reach up and touch the ceiling, right?
You can't cast it on a range thing?
No, it's not range. It's like a touch.
Okay. No, the
Yeah.
ceilings are like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, okay. I'll just do it on my stuff then. That's fine.
Okay. What's
Just
the
hold
range?
it up.
How much light?
It's a 20-foot sphere.
Oh, of bright?
It's still the spell ends. The object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay. The whole space is completely illuminated.
Yeah.
Boom. Everyone can see again. The ooze is slightly smaller. However, Augustus is down on the ground, unconscious. His armor and his fringe of his jacket sizzling away in the acid.
Oh, jeez.
DeCrane's pistol still out at hip level, firing. Enid, stepping back still. You can all see the space. That's your action, Andy.
Mm-hmm. I'm just double checking. I don't think I have. Yeah, healing hands is an action, so that's not going to work. I don't have anything else I'm going to use for bonus action. I'm just going to.
You are not
Maybe-
melee, so you could move away.
Oh, I'm not within melee.
No, it moved away from you. That's why you had a chance for a reaction attack.
Okay. I'm gonna take a step. Can you see how it like kind of goes into like a little crevice there? I'm just gonna take a step counterclockwise.
Oh, up here.
Like, yeah, I just want to like.
Sure.
Yeah. That might be a bad idea, but I just want to be able to see everybody. So I wanted to be around to see Augustus. I can't see Enid, but
You can't see in it. You can kind of see that he's down. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you can. Okay. End of your turn.
Yep.
Augustus, please make a death saving throw for me.
That's save.
Oh,
And
Is this from the
please.
campaign?
Actually, sorry. You know what? You're right. It's actually not a death save. Remember, we have our downed rules.
Mhm.
Oh, this is the first time we get to
This
use
is the first time this has happened, actually. Where Enid went down, but she was basically underwater, so it didn't really go down. Let me pull up the specifics on my... So you go to 0, you would be unconscious, you're instead considered down. You can only speak, use a free action, move up to 5 feet if you choose. You can use these last moments of fleeting consciousness to either call out to your teammates, to speak to your attacker, or draw a weapon or item from your bag. At the end of your turn, you still make the death save as normal. And when you've failed 2, you lose the ability to move and your free action, but you could still speak. Alternatively, when downed, you can use the last bit of energy and life you have to make your last stand. You can speak and make one final weapon attack or cast a cantrip, but you automatically fail 1 death save and fall unconscious afterwards. So, currently, you're down, you can speak, you have a free action, and you can move 5 feet should you choose to, and then make a death save.
Who is that to the right of me?
You've got Enid to the right.
Oh, great.
Enid is away from you by 10 feet.
I will crawl 5 feet towards Enid. And I'll be like, oh, Enid, it got me good. It got me.
You did disadvantage, right?
Hmm?
The creature gets disadvantage on all attacks.
Oh, he hasn't attacked.
He hasn't gone yet.
He does still have disadvantage, though. This is just Augustus trying to make his way over to Enid, calling out that, he is not doing so hot.
And now I'll roll.
And now a death save.
2.
I was going to say, don't tell anybody.
Maybe it wasn't.
Going forward, don't say them out loud.
Okay.
Message
sorry.
me privately. It's fine.
Wait.
I want to keep the mystery of whether you're...
I love that change because it's terrifying. That's great.
Yeah. But one failure. That takes us to Enid.
So obviously, I see Augie's down. Can I help him up?
To heal him, or are you trying to lift him up?
To lift him up if I can heal him? Like, could I do cure wounds on him?
Yeah, it costs your action, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she runs up. She's just like, I know.
You rush over, place a hand down, cast cure wounds.
Oh, healing 3.
That's all good. I'll take anything. This prevents me from dying.
You come back from the brink with 3 hit points. Enid, that is your action and 5 feet of your movement. Do you want to do anything with the bonus action?
Nope, I'm just standing. Can I actually... I'll take out a bolt. I'll just hold it. I'll leave it. I'll kind of stand in front of Augie, making sure the creature doesn't go near him. Paw him.
Trying to block him as much as you can, but unfortunately both of you are literally backs against the wall, and this creature is flowing towards you like water. It's so difficult to protect, but you are doing your best to stand in front of him as best you can as he begins to pull himself up to his feet. That is everything you can do.
Yeah.
And it comes to the creature's turn. And the creature is going to move forward to try and engulf your space again. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. I'm going to have to do my thing, I think. So I only got an 8, but with this fancy footwork, I can roll a d4. I'll use digital.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, God. Roll a 3, so that's 11. It was DC 10, wasn't it?
DC 10 is correct. Unfortunately, it's still half damage.
Okay, well, I'm going to go down then, but it's not going to be as bad.
I could roll poor.
I don't know how poor.
Enid, sorry.
12.
Success.
Good.
Oh.
Both of you, unfortunately, do take 5 points of acid damage.
Puts me down again.
Ooh, I'm getting close.
Augustus falls. And Enid, you step back out of the way. I think he's actually out of its back, as it's flowing towards the two of you. It's actually going to shoot out towards Decrane with a pseudopod attack. But that's a natural 1, so don't worry about it.
Oof, that's good.
And that comes back to Decrane.
All right.
Great. Save the bunny.
This nonsense. Gonna do another shot.
Yes, guy. Do it. You should crit on
First
this.
roll, 11.
Okay.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And Enid, can you throw me a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
9.
Ooh.
Nice.
Plus 3.
4.
12 points. Another just blast. Unfortunately, Enid, you drop concentration on Hex as the corrosive damage just kind of sparks and eats away at you. Not engulfed, but still burns. And yeah, another burst hole is opened in the creature by Decrane's Star Wheel. That's your attack. You have a bonus action and movement should you wish to.
Well, why not? Can I throw a dagger?
No, not as a bonus, unfortunately.
Okay, well, then I'm good.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Andy, we come back to you.
Okay, sorry, my headphones died. My one headphone died, so I had to switch it out and then disconnect it, and it was a whole thing. Okay. My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cast Vortex Warp at it.
At it.
What is this?
Yep.
Okay.
It is a con save,
Okie dokie.
which I'm sure it's decent at.
Not with a natural one, it's not.
Excellent. And I'm going to put it as far as I can see on the other side of that rock. I can go up to 90 feet is the range.
This is the furthest your eyes can see.
That's great.
Direction on this line, so
Huge. That's huge.
This is where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you watch just the ichor. Actually, please describe what Vortex Warp looks like.
I think we've had to crane do it so far. She just, when she casts it, it's like her hand like briefly disappears into like nothingness. But it's really like this star form in her other little layer of reality, and it gets like sucked through that layer of reality, and then
Just scattered
on the
against
other
the
side.
back wall before it begins to pull itself
That's so cool.
further forward. That is action bonus.
It's just an action. My last second level spell. And I don't have any bonuses, but I'll kind of start. No, I still want to be able to see it. I'm going to just take one step forward, and I just want to make sure I can see everybody, but that's about it.
Okay. That ends Annie's turn as the creature is thrust onto the other side out of the danger of consuming your team. We do come to Augustus. You are downed once more. You can move 5 feet. You can speak, then make a death save.
I'll do the exact same thing. Be like, oh, sorry, Enid got me again. Oh, it really hurts. It's burning my fringe. I rolled something. I'll DM it to you.
Thanks. That ends Augustus's turn, and we come to Enid once more.
Okay. I was holding an attack. Did that drop as well?
It would as it comes back to your turn.
Okay. Can I can't see it at all, eh?
No, you can't see it. I would say you could see Andy is like looking directly at something like with focus, so you could infer that that's like it's around that side. You have the speed to make it over into like a ranged sightline on it if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll do
Your
that.
brother is also still dying. Just a reminder. He went down again.
Sorry. Let me get him first. I forgot he was down again. Okay. I will get him first.
It's okay. I'm just dying out here.
Let me get him up.
Are you casting Cure Wounds again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 6 this time.
There you go.
We
Well,
better
Allie's
be-
spell slots are just you use for saving brother.
Yes.
That's what the spell slots are for.
as they should be. I love Allie with spells. It's the best.
With the rest of your movement, you're able to get to this point here and see a very clear line of sight onto the creature. Unfortunately, it costs your action to make that heal,
That's fine.
but you're ready for the next round, and you still have a bonus if you wish.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That comes to the creature's turn. Begins to creep closer. It can get to within Andy and Decrane within its pseudopod range. It's still gonna. It's not thinking. It's not smart. It doesn't have intelligence. It's just this bunny right in front of me. I'm gonna shoot a pseudopod at it. 17 to hit Allie. Hit.
Allie, how hurt are you?
Pretty bad. I'm at 5.
Okay. Nope. I'm gonna use Portent. I've been saving my reaction. It's a 3 on the dice.
That takes it down to an 8 to hit.
No, it does not hit.
Leah, you have saved 2 people's lives.
That's all my Portent. None of those spells.
That would have been. What's your total health, Allie?
Oh, like 23.
So 23 plus 5
28.
28. I'm just out of morbid curiosity.
Seeing what you would have rolled.
I'm gonna roll the hit.
Do it.
Would have been 22. So not. Oh wait, no, sorry. Would have been 25.
Oh my god.
So it was.
That's
it was
pretty
on the cusp there. It wasn't the highest roll. Okay. Well, it's not though. So great. Moving on. Andy again managing just to force potential to flow in your favor. That does end its turn. To Crane, we come back top of the round.
All right. No, it's shit.
This, I think, is the last shot before you'd have to reload.
Okay. So
if you wanted to use Star Wheel, I should say.
Yep, definitely.
Nat 20.
3 first roll.
Damn it.
But it's +7.
Still hits.
Oh, God.
It's a big old pudding.
Stop saying that like it's so delightful.
I rolled a 3 + 3, 6.
That's 6 points. Do you want to apply any of your grit, your trick shots, or just
yeah? Let's go with let's go with winging shot. So you have
okay. Yeah.
You have to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
You got it. You shoot low, trying to, with the intent to try and bring it low, to try and drop it down. Unfortunately, it cannot be dropped prone as it is ooze.
Has no legs.
Yeah, unfortunately. No effect. But you do shoot low, and you watch more and more of this creature begin to scatter off as your Starwheel is doing like significant work against this thing. Do you stay there? Bonus action? Do anything else?
Yeah, I'll stay there.
You got it. From Ukraine, Andy, Augustus on deck.
Got it.
Okay, I'll look over, see that Augustus isn't dying. Thank Koros. Take a few steps back again because I don't want to be within range of this thing. Even though I haven't taken damage this fight somehow, miraculously. I'm just going to do a Mind Sliver.
Okay.
It's an intelligence save.
A pretty solid roll, but gets dropped down with a -5 intelligence to a 12.
13 is the save.
Nice.
So it's full damage, 6 damage.
Okay.
And I can't remember if it does. Yeah, next saving throw, subtract 1d4. I will try to remember that.
Thank you. It doesn't really make like a response. So you're not trying to tap into a mind. There is some sentience there, but nothing that is really hearing or listening. It is just simply here to consume.
Yeah. How does this thing look like it's getting small, or are we in trouble? Should we start running?
I'll allow you to make your bonus action to make a medicine or an investigation check.
Okay. Wasn't very good. It's only an 8 on either.
The creature's physicality is difficult to understand. So unfortunately, it looks like it's gotten a little smaller, but how much that means, you really don't know. That is going to end your turn. Go to Augustus.
I'm going to stand up, half my movement.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see this ooze?
You can indeed.
I'm going to cast second level Scorching Ray at this. 3 bits of fire just whip out from me. Pretty pissed at getting downed twice and having my fringe eaten away.
You got it. Go ahead and make 3 attacks.
9.
Hits.
Nat 20.
Great.
Yeah.
It's on the second one.
Nice.
And 19 on the next one.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Okay, so first one is 11. This
Wow,
next one, I'm gonna roll 4 dice. Or sorry, we'll just double. We'll double this
Double the
next
2.
one.
Yeah, double
Yeah.
the 2.
So then this is 7, so 14.
Okay.
And then last one is that. Let me just check the thing. It's beyond the thing. Just 4 on the last one.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
I think just standing up, seeing Nettie heal him, and then just like slow-mo rush to like try and go defend him and fight him, not wanting to be the weak one, finally hearing DeCrane say you're actually maybe not useless, standing up with all that fiery rage, holding my hand open, Ray kind of forming fire in it, just hurling these like motes at it and just setting this thing ablaze.
On its last leg, so to speak, you do indeed blast through multiple holes in this creature before it, like the last one just finds what this thing doesn't have a heart, but it hits a point and it just and sizzles away, smokes and sizzling. You see elements sticking to the wall in this kind of effervescent like refraction of light from Andy's staff as it is officially destroyed.
The light just looks like, like those galaxy lights. We're like, because we're in like a cave. There's like just little speckles of starlight coming all off of it.
I think it's safe now, maybe.
Allie has one. I just slide down the wall.
Is everyone okay? Okay.
Is everyone alive? Please tell me everyone's alive.
Cleaned up the garbage.
Oh, that was way too close, guys.
Yeah, we almost didn't. That was almost really bad a couple times.
Andy, that was so cool.
I don't even know what happened. Everyone's okay though, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I just like hucked it through space-time. It's fine.
What?
Well, what?
Don't worry about it. Is it like it's not going to come back, right? I can't reform from all those little bits. Does anyone know about this?
Produce flame on any bit I see on the ground. I don't know. I don't even know what that was. It looked like pudding, but it hurt me.
Yeah, way to go, Augustus. That was excellent. Way to take it out and go out to Crane. This thing is terrifying. It's loud, and my ears are still ringing.
Everyone's ears are still ringing. I debated midway through. I was like, I kind of want to make everyone make saves for like being deafened.
The echo of it.
Yeah, but there was just too much to consider in the moment. So I was just like, yeah, fuck it.
I'm gonna immediately go up and hug Nettie because she saved me, and Ray will circle us, and I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds into you, Nettie. And I'm gonna cast another one because there's only 5. So
I think we need to take a short rest.
I think we need to
11 back there, Nettie.
go to sleep.
11? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, you guys were gearing up for a long rest, so
Okay.
Can't risk it.
That's even better.
I can heal someone too, if someone's still really hurt. How about are you guys now?
Roll call. I have 6.
16.
Kev?
11.
Okay, I'll heal Augustus. I never remember what it is. Give me a second.
But if we're resting, we don't need to heal, right?
Yeah, we don't know if anything's not going to attack us in the middle of the night again.
All right.
And I
Right.
think
I don't want to try.
things now where like a long rest. It's not full health, right?
no, I was like, I intended to do a long rest that was more gritty and hard, but like, honestly, just trying to track it was just too much of a pain.
Okay, good.
So I was just like, fuck it.
I was very scared
okay.
about it.
It's only 5.
I'll take it.
Healing hands.
Okay.
I'm gonna go try the alarm again. Okay.
I'm gonna try and set the fire again. Hopefully this time it doesn't lure out a acid monster.
The wood is not quite in good condition anymore.
Oh, you guys were cooking the
What?
crab. It's all gross now.
The one you did open is, but the one Augustus couldn't open is fine.
Oh, well.
Cut my hand that I didn't open it. Nettie, you should just open this one. I really screwed it up last time I tried to do it.
For once, your soft paws came in handy. Delicious crab meat it is.
You are able to all eat and settle in for a rest. Do you end up trying to take watches or leave that in the safety of this and the alarm?
I think we
Pretty
should.
First one.
I would also make it an auditory alarm so that it's not just me, like anyone can hear it, whoever's on watch can hear it. And that's also at some point, Kyle, I'd want to try before going to sleep doing identify on a couple of things.
Great.
Sure. Yeah, let's run through them.
Okay.
So, what do you focus on?
So I told Augustus I would look at the staff. Because like we kind of said, oh, maybe he could attune to it. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll identify it first before he like actually uses it.
Sure.
Even if it's only temporary, and we have to give it away.
Yeah. It is a staff of healing.
That would have very much come in handy.
It is a staff of healing called, where's my thing? Livet Salve. It is a dwarven relic of Ironhome. And if you just search staff of healing, it is a staff that has 10 charges. You can use a charge to cast Cure Wounds up to 4th level, Lesser Restoration, Mass Cure Wounds using 5 levels.
This is the gourd staff, right?
No, I had a greater one.
Oh, okay.
It can be attuned to by a bard, cleric, or druid.
I got it.
Great. And then I'll do the divining rod as well.
The divining rod is a little beefier. The divining rod, this again crystalline staff, or not staff, sorry, rod, as it's being held about 2 feet in length, 2.5 feet in length, 2 inches square, and it's just a pure piece of crystal, like in this long tapered point. Wide enough that you could grab it and hold it, but there's not like specifically a handle. It's meant to be implanted into these empowered circles where in the sites you're going to. And again, throughout the middle, the core of the crystal, you can see the runic magic has been like engraved within the crystal itself. How it's not on the face, it's inside the body of it. How, you have no idea, but unless it's there. Under your detection, you identify a very powerful, very rare element here that is connected to this, uniquely to you, this same divining sense that you possess, this school of magic, this world that you can tap into. It too is attuned to that world. However, in this form, it can be used as a benefit to yourselves. You can attune to it, and while attuned to it, you gain advantage on perception checks and initiative rolls. You can use a couple of spells from within it once a day, and as an action, you can use an ability called Embrace Potential. You plant the rod in the ground. Wherever it's implanted, the runes begin to illuminate from within, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius, dim light for an additional 30. And while within the radius of bright light, creatures of your choice, when you activate it, are emboldened by chance and fate, and they are all granted +1 to AC and saving throws.
Oh.
Huge. You should definitely have that. Yeah.
Probably. Okay. So it's an item I can...
It's called the Divining Rod.
Okay, thank you. This thing is tapped into something big. It can do a few things. It probably would have been useful today. Maybe it'll be useful tomorrow.
I think we shouldn't go fast tomorrow.
Yeah, I think, let's just take it straight and maybe...
Just a normal pace.
I can live with that.
Okay.
To sleep, or else I'll die. So,
Yeah.
The crane, can you still take first watch?
Absolutely.
As you begin to settle in for rest, and again find your camp, find your bedrolls, and reflect on the day, and just pass the fuck out after a very difficult day. I've messaged each of you something.
Oh my god. What are you doing to us?
Oh no.
What the fuck are you doing to us?
Oh no.
Did you? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy.
As you all begin to settle in for rest, the crane on watch. Taking a look at some of these interesting elements. You settle in for rest. Some of you find it resting, others not so much. But when you awake the next day, we'll pick up there next time.
Oh god.